Welcome back to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of H.W. Wicks Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. By the Block Fam, we started on Marlowe's Corner. We just keeping it going. Also by the Track Titans, who we usually get our music from. So if you know somebody that's looking for some tracks, intro, outro music for their videos, tell them to hit us up. And if I ain't told you once, I done told you twice. If you don't get over there to Champ Ross's Fantasy Boxing League, you tripping. What better way is there to brag over a group of people but to go and win first place in Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League? Now, I've seen some people told me that they done went over there and joined, but that ain't enough. The man offers cash prizes, first, second, and third place. They got longevity. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, don't go over there and get your head tore off. You better know what you're doing. You better have some skills in picking fights by knockout, by draw, by decision, by the round even. I'm telling you, if you got skills and you love playing fantasy leagues, Fantasy Boxing League from Champ Ross, in my opinion, and a lot of others, is number one. You better get over there and get it in. Tell them your boy MZ sent you. Now let's get it started.
Big El Dolo on the beat. Yo. Stainless steel dominoes, you know I'm about to lay it down. IT got that rapper beat, it's only right, we play to pound. I keep my haters close and my enemies on speed dial. Bitch niggas wanna muck me, yet it's still I gotta feed y'all. I'm first at the table, but the last to eat. SOP, fuck bitch, I get the largest piece. Any shorts coming down the line, we ain't having it. If you can't handle up on your business, then we'll manage it. You know what that means, we about to beat the brakes off your motherfucking ass. 5 shots to make them take off. Fake off, I keep them cakes like Lil Deborah. Laying up and pillow talking, oh, that shit's irregular. That's how you get a whole dud for your migraine. An oil drum filled to the brim with your migraine. Thought of that you fight but fell short on his last test. The only thing that nigga got free was his last breath.
Better tell him don't freeze now. I'm playing chess. Come through and knock the queen down. Screwed up in Houston, so I sipped a little lean. Wow. Meanwhile, my comp is missing like they name is June Tile. Heaven on earth, I got some angels when the demons round. 100-round drum will have them holy when they hit the ground. Squeeze them like a python until they can't make the sound. Show up to the service just to make sure that he in the ground. It's over now? Nah, he got some partners that was talking loud. Plus he got some brothers that I'm sure gonna try to move the crowd. Squeeze them out, so I can show them this ain't PG. I love to see them agonizing just because they hate me.
Real player shit is legit, no skid. Case I'm with the chips, I dip from whole shit. Preferably somewhere chilling by oceans. Drink with the umbrella in it, smoking. Some valid shit on in the zone, post it. Do say to the face, no chase, roast it. Relentlessly representing, really it's no shit. Cold shit, I hit a lick off the bitch for 4 bricks, then dip.
Now that's what I expected y'all to come through and do, man. They say that the rap game was dying out, but apparently we was missing some of the hard hitters like Stony Hay, Z and MZ. Let's get it.
Y'all know how we be doing. We're going to go ahead and get it rolling in just a second. I got to get this music in, man.
Mama is gone, daddy is gone, forever removed, no talk on the phone. Brother and sisters to move far away, so now you be feeling that you're all alone. Those that will ride with you will smile in your face while despising you. They'll make up a story, know it's a lie, then come and ask you if it is true. This is what they will do, wait around for the problems to compound and you misstep. You might even drop a tear, and that's alright, cause Jesus wept.
Listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Oh, so.
It's hard to put your trust in anybody. Anybody will fuck over that. And you put your trust in the ones that you love, and man, they fuck over that. They walk with no empathy. In their actions, they show you no sympathy. You look in their eyes, you trying to find love, but only find you an enemy. This is what's killing me, negative energy. Pushing us deep in infinity. Patiently waiting for things to change, but I guess that will never be. It will never.
Listen to what we say to you. This may be lethal to you, but it's true. Listen to what we say to you. This may be lethal to you, but it's true. Oh, so.
The hate that I see on the daily is crazy. People act hard, but they really fugazi. Looking at me and comparing themselves. But I don't compare to nobody else. I'm a one of one, you a none of none. Numismatic value over the sun. Count the stacks, then we throw out the ones. Disrespect, then we bring out the gun. I'm telling you, man, we ain't the same. You is a lame, I can't complain. Even if I did, nothing to change. You's a hoe, and that fact remains. Top of the mind, top of the morning, top of my grind. Y'all niggas yawning. Listen, we on it. We ain't gonna stop it. Y'all can keep throwing that shade like an awning.
Well, look like I got Keyshawn Davis is calling out everybody. He's trying to make boxing exciting. He didn't call it out Devin. Devin haven't answered the call. I see this man out, I don't know, at a beach or somewhere out in the water, splashing around, calling him out. Kind of made me remember, think about Terrence Crawford when he was looking for the big fish. Now, they calling Devin Debo. Keyshawn showed up, picked up a brick and said he's scared of this brick hand. He called out Lamont Roach. How many more people must this man call out before somebody answer the bell? I have no idea, but I'm looking to see what's going to go on. And tonight, I'm going to have to go ahead and dig down a little deeper on my boy Keith Thurman. Keith one time and the Towering Inferno. I need to put some respect on the name. I know I've been poking at him a little bit here and there, but the truth is, I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty decent fight if Keith Thurman shows up the way he did against Brock Jarvis, the way he did against Mario Barrios, who was a quite disappointing match when he fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's back at it. I saw a video where he was pretty much disrespecting. I say it again with a capital disrespecting my boy, the baby world beater. I'm not going to even repeat what he said, but he said it. I see my brother Hyphy that jumped in the building. How you doing, Hyphy? The great Trey X. Bro, you know I'll be here when you get here. It is what it is. Just like Shakur ain't answering the bell to Shaky's call. That needs to be investigated. Hey, there's a lot of calling outs, but ain't nobody answering the bell. No way you look at it, way, shape, form, or fashion. It's kind of disappointing to me. Also, I thought it was a rumor, but it seems to be picking up a little steam. But I'm understanding that Floyd Mayweather is going to be getting back in the ring. Not sure if it's 100% who the victims are, or should I say who the competition is. But I'm hearing Mike Tyson. I'm hearing Roy Jones. I'm hearing Pacquiao. That's 3 fights that, first of all, I need to know, are they going to be exhibitions? Are they going to be real? Now, I'm understanding that the Pacquiao fight is supposed to be a professional rematch. The Roy Jones thing and the Mike Tyson thing, I'm pretty sure those are going to be some exhibitions. They make for good stories for the simple reason, you know, Mike Tyson has had some choice words for Floyd Mayweather in the past, and Roy Jones has too. But we'll dig off into that a little later on and try to get some understanding. Maybe some of my brothers could help me get some understanding on it. But where else? Devin Haney. Bill Haney is making the rounds. I've seen him on a few interviews. He's talking his talk. He's doing his thing like he's supposed to. He's being a promoter for his son. He's opening up the doors and letting it all hang out. He's speaking about this and he's speaking about that, saying who will fight, who won't fight. They saying that Tank is supposed to be coming back. Don't know how excited some people are about that. But Bill made a statement that we're going to let him make it. We ain't going to sick Debo on him right away. We're going to let him take care of the things that he needs to take care of. And let's find out if he's going to really come back if he makes an announcement. Because I've been hearing that Calvin Ford said he is on his way back. And they just waiting on an opponent to step on up that's going to bring out the best in him. Now, some people say looking for a fighter, a fight that's going to be a cherry pick. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes when it breaks down and comes out. Other than that, all I can say is I'm getting excited. I want to see some good fights come out. I got a chance to catch up with Superbad. I didn't catch up with him exactly. I caught him on an interview where he was giving us, no, it wasn't even an interview, it was a video that he had put out, where he was speaking about Jermell Charlo and the things that Charlo said. He kind of saying that Charlo might need a little money. He also said that he offered to fight Charlo. Forget the belts. Let's just go ahead and get it in and make a decision, get a decision, and maybe let it be squared straight out. Forget it being tied up. We should go ahead and fight. His words were, Charlo don't want to fight him no more. Start talking about doing a podcast or something. I don't know, man. Sounds a little strange to me. But we know that things have been strange. Lamont always brought out the best in him, and his best wasn't good enough to win. That's what my boy Hyphy's saying about Lamont Roach and the Tank. Well, as I said, things are going around. People talking about going up in weights, coming down in weight. I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me. Got me a little thrown off. Ryan Garcia want to fight Shakur. He want to go down to 140. Say he want to beat him up. But I'm like this. Ryan, when have you ever made 140? That's just a question in my mind. I don't remember him ever making 140. One of the things that's really got me confused is this fight with Conor Benn and Regis Prograis. That's the one that's got me a little thrown off. But I'm gonna come back in a hot second. I'm gonna let y'all chill hydro blow as I get myself together.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulating conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene. Know what I mean? Feel me? Really? I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my. Passed the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said his oldest last name was Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. So good.
Say what you want, just be blunt, I can stand the flames. Take a ride on the great airlines, I promise you'll be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reefer.
I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low.
If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. We can make this track roll. I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling and she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back upon and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so home. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asking what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pouting. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see? Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turn around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her ass on his pose. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double D. Yeah, you heard what she said. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. We can make this track roll.
Well, that you know, y'all hear that voice in that singing. That's my boy the Kane, creator of Plaque Associations, where you can may you be entertained, informed, or inspired. The man dropped a nice video sometime back teaching about our culture. You might want to go check him out. That's Plaque Associations. You know what I'm saying? He also be putting little tunes together through that AI category. But let's go ahead and roll over to this. I also found out that Oscar De La Hoya has, at the moment, put screeching brakes on the Ortiz and Boots fight. Actually, Ortiz can't do anything until they actually go ahead and sit down at the table and get things hashed out with Golden Boy. It doesn't seem like Oscar is trying to just let things slide out on that point. Now, when it comes down to speaking about a fight that I feel is just totally wrong, is not something that people are looking for, and that's that Zuffa deal that was made by Zuffa and Conor Benn, who happened to leave Eddie Hearn's stable and go over there and join with Zuffa. I'm hearing rumors that Shakur might sign, and I heard that Andy Ruiz went on and joined the roster. Is Andy Ruiz and Conor Benn big enough names to get people eyes over there and start getting other fighters to slide on over and leave where they are? Is Shakur one of those people who might slide over there and sign up to their roster, or will he keep working the way he is by doing his free agent thing under the tutelage? I mean, up under the promotions or up under the management of James Prince from Rap-A-Lot out in Houston. Y'all do know who that is, and if you don't, you need to look him up. That's where the ghetto boys come from. Anyway, the Conor Benn and Regis Prograis fight, to me, is all wrong. And I made a complaint about it. I was like, if Conor Benn came out and he did all this talking, he was talking about doing something to Shakur, he was talking about dancing with Devin, he was talking about dancing with any of those guys and going back down into 147 to do his work. But now I'm understanding that the work that he's getting with Regis Prograis, and if I remember correctly, Regis Prograis is coming up from 140 pounds. And the last time that I remember seeing this man step into the ring was with Devin the Dream Haney. Oh, excuse me. They calling him Debo now. Devin Debo Haney. I don't know what to call him. I just know it's Devin Haney. And he lost. He got dropped by Devin. You know, he didn't look good against Devin at all. Now, you're going to call him up to like 151 or 52, something like that. It's a catch weight. Man haven't been in the ring for I don't know how long. Yeah, it's a $15 million purse from my understanding that Conor Benn has locked up. I don't know if it's for one fight or if it's for multiple fights. But if it's a $15 million purse, I'm hoping that Regis gets his fair cut out of it. Now, for him to be moving up to 150, let's just say 150, just to say he moving up to a catch weight to fight somebody who was at 160 when he fought Chris Eubank. I thought the man said he can come back down and make the weight. this is what he had been bragging. This is what he was saying. This is how it's been laid out. It doesn't look like a good fight to me for Regis Prograis for the simple reason you're bringing him up. A lot of people, in my opinion, I'm not going to say a lot of people, I'm saying in my opinion, Regis ain't Regis no more. I think Regis is a little shot. He's slow of foot. He's the perfect opponent, in my opinion, for Conor to get a showcase in, because Regis doesn't move around that much. He's going to be there to be hit. I'm not going to say the man don't have heart. He will be swinging back, I'm sure. But I think it's a dangerous fight for him. I don't think it looks, it just doesn't have a good look to me. Now, I don't know how other people think about it, but to me, it's a bad look. And shame on Dana, Conor, and anybody else that's over there with Zuffa that think that this is a good fight. I'm pretty sure y'all could have found this man a more lively opponent. A much more lively opponent, somebody who's been a little busy, but maybe you can. Maybe everybody's locked up. I don't know. I mean, not locked up, locked down, solidly with who they're with. But we'll have to see as it goes down. Like I said, I'm hoping that Regis gets what he's supposed to get out of this fight, but I don't see him winning this fight. Not from memory of what I've seen him do in his last fight against Devin. Conor has been a lot more active, and it is what it is. You know, Regis gonna do what you're gonna do. Get on out there, get your best shot. Hell, who knows? You might catch him with something and stagger him and be able to put him down for the count. I don't know, but you might be able to put him down. But I'm hoping that you are training and you're gonna be tough enough to last the storm that's gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really trust Conor as far as I can throw him, because I can't throw him too far anyway. But it is what it is. You know, everybody, I guess, deserves another chance or 2 chances or 3 chances. When it comes to boxing, you get popped, you get a whole bunch of chances. I don't know when they're going to ever make somebody really pay. But it is what it is, and it does what it does. So, with that being said, good luck to my boy Regis Prograis, Rougarou. That's all I can say about that. He said they could have fought Brian's son if they was really about it, but they some marks. Well, you know, Hyphy, I feel what you're saying. That could be something, but at the same time, you know, that could even be a little dangerous for Brian Norman Jr. To speak on Conor will bring the heat to you. You know, he will come to you. His last fight against Chris Eubank, he did show he learned his lesson from the first fight. You know, he does try to overwhelm and throw a lot of punches and bring it to him. Will Brian Norman's son be able to deal with that? Did Brian Norman's son learn his lesson when he fought Devin? You know, he lost his belt to Devin and you know, from the stick to jab, you know what I'm saying? And then Devin caught him with a nice overhand right or straight right, whichever you want to call it, and put him down. And he didn't look like he really wanted to do too much after that. He looked like he was a little lost. I would have expected much more from him with all the conversation that they had and all the talking they was doing, and his dad being who his dad is, you know, supposed to be the old school trainer, and they would bring the best out of this boy. And then, you know, well, we all know, you know, his dad got a little upset, decided he wouldn't stand in the corner with him no more, wasn't going to really be bagging him up because he's not going to be the head trainer. But, you know, I heard that they reconciled and maybe things are looking a little better. Maybe he did go ahead and swallow his pride and figured that maybe, just maybe, my son could use a little help and things could go. So, you know, in one way, Hyphy, you could be right. They could go ahead and do some things and make it pop off. But yeah, I agree with you on they could have found a better opponent for Conor being other than Rougarou. Big bro in the house, my favorite producer, Manny Draper in Texas Timbo, Maestro. Y'all know who it is. That's my brother out there doing his thing. Hey man, I just gotta let you know, big bro, that last track you sent, oh yeah, I'm liking it. We're gonna go ahead and do some dirt to it. We're gonna go ahead and beat it up. I done send it to EL. I done sent it to Oddball. They both seem to like it. We're gonna go ahead and come up with some ideas and see what it turns into. Just give us a little time. With that being said, I'm feeling great, y'all. Getting ready to move to a new castle out of the old one. And just excited. You know, life is treating me good, work is treating me good, and I hope that everybody that can hear my voice, life is treating them fantastically, and everything is going well for you, your household, and your loved ones. Um, where do we go with so many things going off? Like I said, Keyshawn is trying to bring excitement back to the game. You know, I like the way he's running around calling people out, stating that he is the best. Only problem I see with that, you know, could so much rumbling and noise be made that at one point people start screaming for he and the baby world beater to match up again? I think the baby world beater look pretty good at 140. But he's saying he wants to go back down to 130 and cement himself there and take over the whole division. I can't complain about it. I can't say anything about it. I say 130 and 135. 135, not 140. 135, you want to go ahead and do all the stuff that he needs to do. If that's what he's going to do and he can get the competition and get the people to come fight, then go for it. I don't know what to say about Ryan Garcia. He's been talking a lot left and right. And I'm hearing that Devin Haney is supposedly rolling him, sending him a contract. Don't know what came about with that. But, you know, Rolly is one of those names that happen to be not in the little 4 King deal, but he kind of hovering around and circling around, seeing that he did beat one of them. I think, you know, he stands a chance to go ahead and try to do something. Am I remembering correctly? Am I right? Is he still holding on to a belt that he kept Ryan Garcia from getting? Ryan got a chance to triple dip into the pot, and finally got him a belt, took it off of my boy Mario El Azteca Barrios. Sad, hurt me that the belt didn't come back to Texas like it was supposed to. But it is what it is, and it does what it does, and that's what I'm talking about. Now, this ought to help my boy Gil Cole feel a little better, seeing that I have been shooting. Did that sound good? That's like my space gun. I've been shooting some shots at his boy Keith One-Time Thurman, and I've been looking at some video of he and Sebastian Fundora going at it. And Keith said something that made a nice point to me. Like, you know, Keith don't like it to the body. And, you know, people try to go to the body. I think that would be a horrible idea for Fundora to really try to concentrate on Keith's body, because he had to cut a lot of his weight. Now, I know he got some long arms that he could touch the body, but to make it my boy, the Kane is in the house. He say, hey, brother, I'm here. Hey, without a doubt, you know I know. I'm glad to see you in the building. If you want to slide on through, slide on through. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what kind of picture is that? Who is that he got on there? I did that a little too quick. Bring that back up for me real quick. Anyway. That ain't the Kane. That's my sister. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Big sis in the house. Big sis, what's going on, man? I'm glad to see you up in the building. Now you don't have to go through the gee to say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say, how you want to say it, when you want to say it. Oh, I wish I had a prop noise so I could make and to show my excitement that Big Sis then slid into the building. My gracious, what's popping? I'm gonna just put you up there for a minute. Hope your screen is showing so you can see yourself, because I'm gonna go and throw you up there for a hot second, so I can just see my sister's face. Make me smile. Anyway, like I said, I was giving Keith some problems, but I'm gonna sit down and go through this. I don't think it'd be a good idea for Sebastian Fundora to be trying to go with his body. And I'm looking at it. Keith is going to be punching up. Sebastian going to be punching down. But I think it'd be a great mistake for him to try to go at Keith's body. But I think it is a good idea for Keith, if he can get in and get out in times, to tenderize that body, stab that body with a good solid jab. What's up, Moody Trey Weather that slid into the building? What's going on, my brother? Glad to see you around. Glad you made it. As I was saying, I would like to see a nice, strong jab to the body. You know what I'm saying? Tenderize that towering inferno. That's what you're going to have to do. You know what I'm saying? Get those hands come down if you can, Keith, by getting in and getting out. Hook to that body when the opportunity presents itself. Don't go in there trying to be greedy and just start trying to snatch some ribs right out the gate. You need to go ahead and pace it. Try to catch up. Try to get Fandora's timing down and things like that. You know, you got a lot of length that you got to go through when it comes to this man's wingspan, and it can be dangerous. You know, and let's not forget he is dangerous on the inside as well as from the outside. And it seems like he's starting to grow into the fact, and I'm just saying seems like that he's trying to grow into the fact of using his length and cutting the distance when needed or necessary. Remembering when he fought Tim Tszyu the second time, Tim did have some success with reaching up to the top and touching Fandora with a couple of hooks and everything like that and some overhands. He did have some success, and he was able to connect. Keith could have the same success. I think they got the same about the same wingspan, he and Tim Tszyu. I don't think they armed as far as length is too different. So with Keith swinging up, you know, his hands can get down and back into the protective holding the phone position a lot faster, I think, than trying to give up some height, get out and tap on his body from Fandora. Salute to my brother Eric Arter sliding into the building. The check hook will help Keith a lot. I feel you on that, Moody Trey Weather, and I do believe that could happen. But Keith, like I said, he has to get Fandora's timing down one. He has to make sure that there's some openings that he can slip in, slip out, and get this hook off, and get some hooks off. But I think, in my opinion, that stabbing to the body with a good, strong, solid jab will help him a lot. It wouldn't hurt to kind of, you know, make sure you keep your head off the line. Put a sticking jab. If you can get in, use that up jab, which won't be hard to do because you're going to be punching up all night anyway. But I think tenderizing the body as much as possible, as they say, putting money in the bank for later rounds, it would be a smart move. Got to be a smart move. You're right, Eric. Keith do got to make sure he keep his head moving at all points, all time, throughout the whole fight. Can't have no lapses there. But I listen to Keith. We've all listened to Keith talk. And, you know, he talks his talk. But the man, I will give it to him. The man does seem to understand and have wisdom as far as what he needs to do inside that ring. He is a talented fighter. You can't take that from him. He's been holding up, you know, doing what he needs to do every time he's stepped into the ring so far. Pacquiao surprised him. And I think one of the reasons Pacquiao surprised him because he was a little too overconfident and he didn't take Pacquiao as seriously as he should have. And another thing that I will say that I believe Keith must correct, don't know if he's corrected it, but he cannot be bagging straight out of the kitchen, especially not against long arm Fandora. He can't be going straight back, man, because that's the perfect way for him to get caught with one of those straights to help him fall back. Remember, I was saying that he couldn't go straight back against Pacquiao because Pacquiao likes to jump in with punches. And that's what happened to take put him down on his butt. Fandora don't have to jump in because he has a long enough reach to be able to catch Keith. So Keith has to be aware and on point when it comes to that 100%. Working on that Tyrant Inferno's body. Get those hands to drop. You get those hands to drop, then you'll be cooking with oil, baby, for real. On the other hand, Fandora, I think the best way and the best thing for him to do is try to keep Keith at the end of his punches for as long as possible, as long as the night can go, because Keith might have just a little more crack. I'm just throwing this out. He might have just a little more pop than Tim Tszyu. Not saying that Fandora wouldn't be able to take all those punches, but I can't remember the man that dropped him and beat him and knocked him out. Y'all help me out. I can't remember that fighter's name, but he did catch him. I believe it was an overhand a left hook, and then caught him with the right that set him down, and he just couldn't finish. He couldn't get up. He got counted out. Keith has the possibility, I believe, to be able to catch Fundora. But I think he's going to Mendoza. Thank you, Trey Weather. Thank you very much, Mendoza. I'm thinking that Keith has the strength to be able to put Fundora down, but he has to go about it in a smart, cerebral way, and that is by boxing. Show the world your skills, Keith, Mr. One Time. Show them that you still got it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming back out for nothing, especially you coming back against the anomaly, the Tyrant Inferno, and going back to what he needs to do, as I said, that's to keep Keith at the end of his punches. Make sure that he doesn't let Keith wiggle his way in where he can land dangerous shots that stab and hook to the body. He better be able to parry that hook and counter. You know what I'm saying? That should make Keith have to think about it a few times. And you keep a smart fighter busy by making them think, and that's part of the battle of helping to beat them. But if they got one of those high volume computers that they can change up, they can catch on to what you're doing and switch tactics real quick, then you might have a little trouble. I don't know. Fundora is still pretty young when it comes to facing the upper level in fighting, and I would consider Keith one of the upper levels in fighting. Even though he got a little age on him, I think he can do his job. Keith did a good job explaining the ancient technique and history of the one-time art form and all of the variations from the different multiverses. I feel you with that. Him doing a great job explaining, but he's going to have to go out there and do it. Like I'm saying, to me, it's going to be very important to tenderize that body. One of the things that I think would work well, shooting a jab straight into the solar plexus of that man. Solar flex, how you say it, I'm not for sure. I'm pronouncing it wrong, but you stab that man to the body. I mean, with a good, strong, solid stick jab, and get out the way. You know what I'm saying? When opportunity, Keith got good enough feet where he can move around. I wouldn't say that Fundora just won't be able to catch him. I'm sure at some point he will catch up with Keith, but Keith has to be on point with defense. Don't let Fundora get to start being able to stick you and get his timing right. You're gonna have to keep him off of his timing, and I know it's easy to say, and for some fighters it's hard to do. Fundora isn't the fastest of all, but he is doing what he needs to do. MZ listening, but can't type much. Hey, everybody. La D is in the building. What's up, sis? Glad to see you make it through. I started a little late, but I'm seeing people falling in like they usually do, and we're going to have some fun and talk about what it is that's going down. And what you think about the Keith Thurman Fundora fight? Let me know who you got. But anyway, as I'm saying, Keith is going to have to keep Fundora busy by one, moving, sticking to the body when the opportunity comes. Don't come out trying to headhunt Keith. I watched him practicing and he got his bag, took some links off the chain so the bag would be higher so he can throw punches up high to try to catch that chin. If he's working on that and practicing on that and you can get it to turn into some muscle memory, hey, good for him. I don't see him being put in danger, into any danger. Big bro say who I got. I'm gonna put it out before I'm done, bro. I'm gonna put it out before I'm done who I got. But I don't see Keith being in any danger of a serious body blow. That I don't think he has to too much worry about that. And I think he can take full advantage of Fundora giving up his height to try to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that because Keith is probably one of the shortest people that Fundora has had to face since he's been fighting. And I want to see how that's going to play out, what kind of game plan Fundora is going to bring. I say shoot down, pivot, keep Keith in front of you as much as possible. Don't let him get you to start having to turn too much and have to reset. Even though Fundora seems to be able to let his hands go pretty decently, the man does, throw combinations. Once he gets you in a certain situation, he will He will let his hands go. The talk is good for the show. Fundora putting belt to ass on Thurman. Oh my goodness. Mayweather, Moody Trayweather just went straight to it to say belt to ass by way of Fundora to Keith Thurman. Does anybody else agree with that? I don't know. But you say Moody Trayweather, what's up, my boy? Oh, they talking to each other. So man, I'm just excited to see it come down. Hopefully Keith could come out and put on a good show. I'm leaning more toward Fundora just for the simple reason. Long layoffs have not been good to us, and Keith has the last two fights were kind of a little layoff. You know, he was able to show some difference and overcome that. But can he keep doing that? Can that keep happening? They both been out the ring for a little while. Fundora had got hurt, so that kind of bagged them up. So they both got a little rust to shake off, if you call it that. And we'll see who can shake it off the fastest, who can get to their game plan the quickest, and start implementing different things to get the fight to go their way. But if I had to say, bro, I'm thinking right now at this moment, I'm leaning a lot more toward Fundora over Keith Thurman. But I had to give, I have to be honest and say there are some things that Keith can do that could upset Fundora and upset the apple cart and possibly get, because this would be a fight for a belt, which is something that Keith wants. So, he might be working just that much harder. He might come out that much more sharper. Even though I say they might have some rust, he still may be able to come out and do what he needs to do. He might be thinking on the levels that he needs to be thinking on. And like I said, you keep a smart fighter busy by making him turn, keep pumping a jab on him, which would be hard for you to put a jab in Fundora's face throughout the night because he's got so much length on him. But I give Speed I give Keith the advantage. I believe in footwork and speed and hand speed. Can he dart in, make some things happen, and get out? Make Fundora have to think about it, reset, move in again. MZ, you missed my pick. You asked me who I got. Let me run on up there and see. How did I miss it? I thought Fundora is a college nerd, but I said I love that Fundora is a college nerd, but I like Keith. Play the flute. Oh, so you going with Keith? Okay, sis. I see you. I see you say you're going with Keith. I believe it's gonna be a hard deal, but it is doable. It is doable. I'll give you that on the side of Keith. That's why, like I said, I had to come in because it's I listened to some of the things that I was saying earlier in the past. Some things that I said about Keith, and it didn't seem like I was really giving him a chance. But I do give him a chance to try to do what he needs to do. It is possible if he can come out there. I think the biggest thing for me, if he can tenderize, it would make it easier, in my opinion, if he can tenderize Fundora's body. He got a lot of surface area to work with. If he can get Fundora's arms to come down just a little bit to make it easier to seeing shots up to the dome, he might just be able to catch old Fundora on the chin. He might be able to go ahead and rock it. We saw Erickson Lubin catch him, and he was smart enough to take a knee in that fight. But when Mendoza caught him, it rocked him to the point where it kind of froze him a little bit, and then Mendoza was able to go ahead and finish him off. I believe that Keith has the kind of pop that Mendoza hit him with, and I think he might be able to. He has a chance if the opportunity presents itself, and he's fast enough and sharp enough to jump on that. Then he'll be able to handle his business, and he'll be able to pull off a win, become champion again at 154 pounds. That'll make him another champion at a different division. So there, I have put it out there as best I could, to give Keith, the flute player, a little better breakdown of what I've been giving him, instead of just saying he don't stand a chance like most people say, or he gonna get belt to ass, you know what I'm saying, like that, because people think that it's just too much for him because Fundora is just so wiry. But I can't say it's too much for him because, like I said, Tim Tszyu actually in both of their fights was having some success. The elbow kind of dampened things, and a lot of people feel like the elbow dampened things in the first fight. But in the second fight, he was still connected on Fundora. He was still able to connect on Fundora and get in. And if I had to put them on the scale between Keith and Tim Tszyu, from looking at what they've given in their last few fights, Keith has a better chance of doing what Tim Tszyu did to Fundora at a higher rate. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody thinking different, y'all go ahead and tell me. But I think I'm gonna say the old school dude got more of a chance than a lot of people are giving him. My worry for him is that stepping back, when he likes to step back out of danger, if he can keep it, excuse me, if he can use lateral movement and circle, left and right, don't just circle in one direction. You use both directions if you need to, Keith. It's no problem for you to use the ring in this fight because it's a necessary thing to do against such a long, lumbering, lanky opponent. I think it's the perfect time for you to show some footwork and try to pepper up on this man from different angles and sides, keeping him turning. But be aware that he will let his hands go. The Towering Inferno, I have yet to see him just bottle up and not let go. He will do what he needs to do and shoot punches. So you're gonna have to be looking out for the long range missiles that'll be coming for you, because he does have a jab as well. He does. Lately he has been using his jab, and if he gets to keeping you at the end of that jab, it could be a very long night. It could be a very ugly long night, because Keith doesn't seem to be the one that's gonna say, "You punch me a couple of good solid times, I'm gonna lay it down." We've seen him take some hella body shots, get on that bicycle, ride around, and ride it out. And the only fight that we've seen him lose in taking a body shot, and the body shot wasn't what caused the loss, was against Pacquiao. Every other fight that he took a body shot and it hurt him, he was able to gut it out, tough it out, and take the victory anyway. So it's some people say 50-50, 47, 53. I don't know, however you want to put it. It's going to be a good opping scrap. It's a chance for Keith one time to prove his mettle once again. Don't know if the voices of the ghosts of the old past will be coming out and saying anything. Hey, who knows? He might be, get the victory and be able to deal with Charlo. Seeing that I heard Charlo don't want to fight Superbad again, but he calling out Earl Spence and all these other names. I don't know. If Superbad said that he was willing to fight you, why not take that fight? It's got a good storyline behind it. You two did fight twice already. You got to win. He got to win. Go ahead and make it a trilogy and put somebody at the top so people could say, okay, this person went on and took the whole thing. You won a battle, but finally the war has been won. Oh, Lala said she wants Charlo back. I don't mind having him back, but he got to come back and get a fight in. It seems like to me he got it in his mind that he should be able to come back and just jump right back in the mix. But the mix has changed so much. Crawford is retired. Earl, don't know what he's doing. You got Boots still out there. He could run up on Boots. If Virgil Ortiz get to fight again, he could run up on Virgil Ortiz. You got the Towering Inferno, who's still hot and doing his thing. He can also run up on him. They are in that, I believe every name that I just named are sitting at 154 pounds. So he does have competition to deal with and try to do it. MZ, why are you trying to get, hold on, you say, why are you trying to get Tony to catch that fade? He called out your fighter. You catch your own fade. First off, I'm just going by what I heard Tony saying. Tony gave an interview. If they want to have, it makes sense. Let's keep it real. It makes sense. Charlo won one, Tony won one. We know that the build up to the fight would be exciting. It'd be a lot of noise talking going on. We know that Charlo can't talk noise like Tony Harrison, but they got a chance. Tony was doing quite well in the second fight till he got sidetracked, got off point or whatever, and Charlo caught him and put him down and won the fight. And Tony might need to be trying to. I ain't gonna even bring up the blasting that he took. Was it from TMZ? The blasting that he took from TMZ, but he did go over there to TMZ and take that blasting. But it's a chance for them to go ahead. It's a chance for Charlo to get his feet wet and get rolling again to see what see if he still want to do this. He said, I want Charlo versus Boots. Now, no tune-up. Boots not fully acclimated and Mayor a little rusty. Perfect storm. You think so? I don't think you say he's not really acclimated. I don't think Boots really got too much more to go when it comes to acclimation at 154. I think he's pretty much well planted and set there. What I do think is, him being a switch hitter, he's fast. Remember, I did say that I believe the brighter the lights get for Boots, the better he'll fight. And not to take anything away from Charlo, but Charlo is not the guy to make you think when you're in the ring, which would play in Boots' favor, in my opinion. We've seen Charlo have lapses in fights where he wasn't, where he looked like he didn't know what to do at some points. Remember against Castano brought it to him, and I believe he fought to a draw, wasn't it? The first time, didn't they have to fight twice? If I'm thinking about the right person, but Castano gave Mayo some problems, and if Mayo can't make Boots think, have to worry about a lot. Yeah, he probably have to worry about some power and things like that. But I think Boots is fast enough, agile enough, and athletic enough to be able to deal with Charlo. We're not talking about somebody who don't seem to be living that Spartan lifestyle, who's not in the gym and doing what they need to do. I think Boots is in the gym on a regular. Charlo versus Xander Zayas, or too soon for Xander. Well, I won't say it's too soon for Xander. I'm thinking Mayo versus Castano 1. Mayo was against the ropes too much. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He has lapses where you let this man get a chance to get off on you. Boots is a different animal. Even though he does the switch hit, and I'm not really a big fan of the way he switch hits, he still does it. And don't let him start feeling himself where he start trying to show out and go off and do things like that. Hold on. I hear somebody knocking at the door. They got a key. Come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the great Trey Exton slid into the building. And I can't stop like that. I got to say, the man that called the frog from a well when it comes down to calling the fight. The man who would outcall anybody. And I said anybody when it comes to these YouTube streets, when it comes to calling the fight. My brother and yours from a different mother and father. Trey X in the building. What's up, man?
Salute. What's going down, man?
Just enjoying the night, excited, talking about Keith and the Towering Inferno, speaking on things that some matches that Mayo might be able to fight, but I think it'll be a dangerous fight against him and Boots. I think Boots is young and hungry. Mayo been out the ring for too long. My boy Eric all trying to get him in there without a warm-up. He said he needs to just go ahead in there and just dive in the deep end.
Yeah, I thought I was shadow banning this motherfucker because I came in last time and told you I was going to jump on. I had tried to get on, and I sat back there for like 20 minutes. You ain't even buzzed me in.
Oh, you got to forgive me on that because I just started talking. I don't be looking at the screen like I'm supposed to, and I probably just missed you because I did Decane like that too. I happened to just look up and see he was in there. I was like, damn, Decane came in and I ain't know, but my bad on that.
Yeah, y'all was talking about Zuffa boxing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm like, shit, I really ain't got nothing to add to it anyway. Shit, this might be my sign to go get my gamble on or something. Then shit, they don't need me tonight.
I actually thought that's what you did because I was like, dang, Trey I didn't ever see him come in and nothing or say nothing. I thought you was out there taking people's money. That's what I thought you was doing. I told Big E when he had asked me, he was like, Trey didn't come to the show. I was like, no, I think he was out taking folks' money.
Yeah, I had left the first message. I was the first person in there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking then. I wasn't high, though, I tell you that.
I am shit. I'm on some of this HT shit, that high tolerance shit that's been flooding the streets lately. But I'm ready to talk some boxing though, man. So you say y'all talking about Keith Thurman and Fedor and Charlo and all that shit, huh?
Yeah, that seems to be the things that are floating around now. The only one that's really a fight, Thurman and Fedor. But right now we were just going over Charlo and who he could come back to. I heard Tony Harrison he didn't do an interview. He put out a video where he was talking about Charlo because Charlo brought his name up, and he was saying that he and Charlo had a conversation on the phone through a mutual acquaintance while he was running his 5 miles. And he said that he told Charlo that they should fight again. You ain't got to worry about a belt being put on the line. Let's just go ahead and fight and get the trilogy out the way so we can have a clear winner of the two. He said Charlo refused and started talking about doing a podcast with him.
One thing about Charlo though, he is the lineal junior middleweight champion. So that's something we can't take away from him. So he got a right to get up in the mix if he's trying to get up in the mix. But I advise against him jumping right in the deep end of the pool and going against Boots and all that type of shit. That's an ass whooping waiting. I'm telling you right now, that is an ass whooping waiting on you. I think he needs to fight some of these guys, maybe somebody coming off a loss. Like Yoenis Tellez, that might be a decent fight for him. He coming off a loss against Abbas Barra. Or even Abbas Barra, he coming off a loss against Xander Zayas. You know what I'm saying? But they still high-ranking contenders, though. Like, they in the top 10, top 15. I think that'll be a good fight for him to knock that ring rust off, because this man has been out the ring for a couple of years now. He needs to get in there and get some work and shit. He's not a young man no more. He about 35, about to be 36 or something like that. I want to see him knock some of that ring rust off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe against a guy that ain't got the highest confidence right now because he's coming off a loss. Like I said, Yoenis Tellez, Abbas Barra, something like that, and then step up to the upper echelon of the division if he can get past them guys, because they probably whoop his ass too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, he's been gone so long. I'm wondering, does he really still have the hunger? Eric R saying people are acting like Charlo took the same damage Earl took. He is healthy and should be refreshed. His style ain't like Bud and Mayweather when he got to be fine-tuned. He just needs his gas tank. I hear you, Eric R. But we are talking, you said 2 years. I'm thinking closer to 3 that he's been gone. I don't know, man. I agree with Trey saying that he should try to come in and get his confidence up. Ain't nothing like coming in, having a fight, knocking somebody out. Hey, you'll start feeling real good. Now you're feeling your oats. You can call out these other names as dangerous, but you're trying to jump out there against Boots. I'll say Virgil. I'll say Fundora. Those 3 names right there. His best name that he called out of all the names, I think would be the most even fight is against Earl. That's if Earl even want to fight anymore. Or Superbad. Superbad took a damage and took a hell of a beating. Last time we saw him out there, wasn't the last time he fought was against Tim Tszyu?
I think he done fought since then. It seems like I remember seeing him fight on the channel Ross. So I might be wrong though. But yeah, them good fights though. Him and Earl, they pretty much like at some crossroads and shit in their career. That'd be a good fight for him too. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering how easy it's gonna be for him to make 154 though. The man is almost 6 foot tall. He's like 5'11" and a half or some shit like that. He's a pretty big motherfucker, and he been at 154 for a very long time. I would like to see how easy it is for him to make this weight class. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely need to get off in there, because like Eric Carr said, he didn't take a lot of physical damage. He didn't, but he definitely took some mental damage. Like, you went out there and fought against Canelo and got embarrassed in front of the world. You got your nuts taken from you. Like, your nuts, they ain't even dropped in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even squabbling, motherfucker. You went out there and ran for 12 rounds. And I give him some credit for going the distance. You know, he did what he had to do. He took a knee to make sure he heard the final bell. You know what I'm saying? So, I give him some credit for going the distance. But you still, how you going to feel like a killer? How you going to feel like the Iron Man? the Iron Man, Charlo, the Hitman, whatever the fuck his name is. How you gonna feel like a killer and you done went out there and got embarrassed in front of Canelo? I think you need to go back there and show the fans something to get us back on their side. Like back in the day when like when Danny Garcia would lose, they put him in with Rod Soka. He go out there and knock Rod Soka ass out with a hard left hook, look like he down there killed him, and get everybody interested again. I think he need a performance like that. He need him a showcase fight. Scratch everything I said earlier about a contender and all that. Now, fuck that. He need a showcase fight. He needs somebody that's in the top 30 or something that he can go out there and knock the fuck out of and let everybody know, nigga, I still got this power. I'm still knocking motherfuckers out. I'm still Jamel Charlo. That's what he needs.
That's what he needs. I agree with you on that. Lala say Rusty Mill versus poor damaged Joey Spencer. No, well,
that's a good one too.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a showcase type of opponent. Is somebody that got a little bit of respect in the game, somebody that got an amateur background, 72-8 or some shit like that, multiple national championships and all that type of shit. The men in the ring against a couple of guys, even though it didn't fare well for him, like he went out there and got knocked out by Tim Zoo. He got knocked out by what's the name? The Ramos kid, Jesus Ramos. He got knocked out by Jesus Ramos and all that type of shit. But he can fight a little bit, but that's somebody that Charlo could potentially knock the fuck out of. You know what I'm saying? So I like that fight.
Yeah, okay, so Lala, that's one in your corner right there for Joey Spencer versus Charlo. Eric R said, yeah, you know, MZ ain't above shadow banning an account on accident. My man channel still did on here. I didn't do it. I don't even know how to accidentally do it. I don't even know where the shadow ban button at. You gotta let me make it on that, man. Big bro say, what's up, little bro? He hollering at you.
OG, what's up, man? I was listening to that motherfucker Big Pokey the other day. I said, man, that motherfucker sound just like OG, man. He sound just like Big Pokey.
Yeah, Big E and Pope was tight. You know, that's his boy.
I know. You told me when he passed away and shit, but I ain't noticed that they sounded alike until here recently.
Oh, okay. When it got put in your face a little bit, you sitting there jamming and want to say, oh, shoot, I hear the resemblance.
Yeah.
Lala say he's Iron Man. Hitman is Maul. Oh, yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
he better get his suit on if he want to come out here and start getting us to be behind him. He needs to go ahead and get it together. I agree. I say his mental ain't the sharpest spoon in the drawer. I'm sorry, knife.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who was the last person that Jamel just knocked the fuck out? Like, what's the last time you remember him just knocking somebody dick in the dirt? I'm talking about knock they block off. I want to be reminded of that. And then that'll give me boosted up a little bit going into a bigger fight. Like one of those secondary fights, like I was saying, with Yoenis Tellez or Abis Barra, or the top level fights. Like if he gonna fight against Virgil Ortiz or Boots Ennis or somebody like that, let me get reminded of who you used to be. Somebody that can hit you with one left hook and just fuck your whole day up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Lala said he stopped Castano, but after Castano, he did, you know, get a stop on Harrison in their second fight. I mean, yeah, Harrison. So I would say, you know, I would line him up with Harrison or Joey Spencer, or like you said, I would, you know, one of those kind, you know, I think Earl Spence. I think that would be any of those three fights would be decent enough for him to come back and get things rolling again. Cause, you know, Harrison hasn't been the super bad that we seen when he fought the first time. He was showing glimpses of it the second time till he had the mental lapse and caught that hook. But yeah, I would think Harrison would be the last one that I remember him not, you know, stopping. But knocking his block totally off, no, I don't know. You got to go back.
Him and Harrison really got unfinished business, if you want to be fair about it. I mean, they 1-1. This would be the tiebreaker. I know a lot of people just give the ass to Charlo because he did stop him in the rematch, but Harrison was in that fight. He was winning rounds in that fight. A lot of people had him up on the cards when he got stopped. You know what I'm saying? So he won the first fight, gave a good account of himself in the second fight, then got stopped late. I think he's credible to get him a third fight, man. Let's go ahead and get this rubber match, this trilogy, and settle it once and for all, because they tied up right now. Let's break the tie.
I agree. But like Harrison said, you know, they had that conversation. Which he kept saying he didn't want to bring up the conversation because, you know, that's not the thing he does. But he said since Mayo start, you know, when he was on that interview talking about calling these people out and what he did to this person and that person, he brought his name up. He said that he didn't want to fight him. Harrison suggested that they fight, and he said that Mayo said he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight him again.
I mean, that was not an easy series of fights for him. I mean, he kind of got outboxed in the first fight. Arguably, he could have won the fight. A lot of people thought he won the fight, but I did see enough problems that Harrison presented to him in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I kind of thought Harrison won the first fight. I thought he was finishing the round stronger. And I felt like the judges was giving him more credit for how he finished the rounds instead of how Charlo started the rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how Harrison got the win. But going into the rematch, man, Harrison changed his whole style up. He didn't even box him on the outside. He stepped to him and was going to the body and shit and working on the inside and fighting a real tough type of fight. Almost like Mayweather when he had fought against Zab Judah in the second half of the fight, where he stepped to him behind the high guard and just brought the real brawling type of style to Charlo, and he was having some success. So that wasn't like no easy series for Charlo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised he don't want to go back into that stylistic type of bad matchup for him. It seemed like that's what it was anyway, like a bad stylistic matchup.
But those are the three top names that I can think of that people would possibly be excited to see. They would get behind, you know, Harrison, Earl, or Joey Spencer. I don't know how excited they'll be about that one. But the first two, yeah, for sure.
No, we don't need excitement. We don't need excitement in the first one. We need a devastating knockout. Then we can get excited for the next one. That's what we need. They don't even have to have a big name. We can get somebody in the top 50. We just need somebody to get knocked the fuck out, man. I'm talking about face first, flat on the ground, and that'll get us excited for the next fight.
Yeah, that will get people. That'll get them real excited. Seeing him get a knockout, something like Keith Thurman did with Brock
Jarvis.
Yeah, him. That was
fight
a
him.
knockout.
So you can fight Brock Jarvis. You know that's a knockout guaranteed.
Well, we would hope it's guaranteed.
I'm pretty sure to be guaranteed because Brock Jarvis, he ain't got nothing, especially since he lost his coach. See, when he had that big Australian dude coach, I can't think of his name. He was a better fighter, but he lost him going into the Keith Thurman fight, and you can see the difference. He went out there and looked terrible, got his ass knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a guaranteed knockout here. One of us off the corner can go knock out Brock Jarvis right now.
Let me have it. I'll go out there with the one arm and put it to him. D-Lo 4-4, the voice of reason, is in the building. He said Charlo versus Conwell. Not mad at Charlo versus Harrison 3 at all. I think Mel wants a king's ransom to fight anyone.
Charlo versus Conwell. Conwell is coming off a loss. He lost to the Mexican fighter that fought Xander Zayas for the vacant title, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think of the Mexican name, but that's who beat Charles Conwell. So he coming off a loss. Only thing is with Conwell, he like a shorter fighter. He like 5'8". And I done seen Charlo fight a short fighter in Brian Castano and had some problems with that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people have problems with like a short guy, a short Mike Tyson type motherfucker that's coming over the top with hard blows and shit, a Joe Frazier type motherfucker. Sometimes short guys give people problems. And I done seen Charlo fight twice against Castano, and he did get the stoppage in the second fight, but I seen enough resistance to make me kind of leery of him fighting against a shorter guy like that, even a Charles Conwell. I'm not trying to get him beat. I'm trying to get the motherfucker to knock somebody out to get us excited again, and then have him go into a better fight against like a Charles Conwell type guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. D-Lo said Harrison was whooping on Charlo until he got caught playing too much. That's what I said. He had that mental lapse. I felt like the first fight, I felt like Harrison was outboxing him. He outboxed him. And then, like you said, the second fight, he did change up and he kind of stepped to him, which threw me off. Because I thought he was going out. I thought he was going to go ahead and work him like he did the first fight. Got out there and started doing that worm wiggle dance that he did and showboating and got his head clipped.
Yeah, his whole approach was different. Like the first fight, he was respectful in the build up and shit. I feel like he kind of diffused Charlo really, because he couldn't give Charlo nothing to get hype about and to get angry about and to get fired up about. He was like real respectful. And then they went into the fight and he respected his power. So he boxed him on the outside, tried to fight a smart fight. But then in the second fight, he didn't have no respect for Charlo. He felt like Charlo wasn't a man in the way that he was supposed to accept his defeat. He felt like he was making excuses and all that shit. He started calling Charlo cornballs and all kind of disrespectful shit in the build up. I think that kind of woke Charlo up a little bit because they respond to shit like that, like with that negativity and all of that drama type shit. They respond to that, and I think that kind of woke Charlo up a little bit. But Harrison was still doing well in the fight, like D-Lo said. He was stepping to him, he was putting hands on him, he was winning rounds. Coming down the stretch, it was real close. I think after like 10 rounds, it was tied up or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he was feeling himself too much. And then he started getting greedy. See, he was getting off like 2-3 shots and he'll get up out of there. Now he feeling himself. He feel like he got something for Charlo. So he want to get a little bit more. I don't want 2-3 shots. I want 4-5 shots this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got too greedy, stayed too long, got caught with a left hook. And that was all
it.
she wrote. You know what I'm saying?
That was it. And he seemed to get caught in fights where the uppercut just boom, boom. You know, it was like 3-4 uppercuts in a row. Then he turned around and got the same kind of action from Tim Tszyu.
Yeah.
Just unable to defend himself, just taking uppercuts, looking like a Pez dispenser. Hyphy said Tony H was tattooing Jamil ass in the second fire. 2. He just made the bonehead mistake and got hurt. You was gonna say yeah?
No, he was agreeing with me. He got greedy. That was the mistake. He got greedy and stayed on the inside too long, trying to get out too much work at one time.
D-Lo say Jarvis. That's Brock.
Jarvis.
He's helping me out with that. Okay, I got you. Mel is coming off a loss too, a bad one, an ugly one. Talking about the Canelo deal.
But that go back to what Eric Carr was saying, though. It was a bad loss in the optics, in the manhood, in the mental shit, but it wasn't a devastating loss as far as punishment. It ain't like he was just out there getting tattooed and lit up from round to round. He was basically just on the bicycle the whole time, and Canelo was trying to catch up to him. Once his legs slowed down and got tired towards the end of the fight, that's when he got caught with a couple of shots, got hurt. But he still had his wits about him, so he was able to take a knee and make sure that he heard the final bell and shit. But it ain't like he was getting lit up like he was looking like Martin when he fought against Hitman Hearns or some shit after the fight. He wasn't knotted up and fucked up and bleeding and swole and ugly. He looked like he barely even been in the fight because that's what it was. It was a fucking sparring session or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't take physical damage like Eric Carr said. He mainly just took physical, like mental damage and damage to his ego and his reputation and all that type of shit.
That's pretty much it. Now, if he can overcome that and come out and still have any glimpses of Iron Man, he might have something to work with. He might be cooking. Lala got some laughing going on. She said, well, remember when Rigo thought that going low/short, he gave Loma problems, but Loma just started punching the top of Rigo's head?
He really resting his forearm on the back of his neck. And like once Rigo go down, he'll put that forearm right on the back of his neck and just keep his ass down there. He was able to get off a couple of shots with the free hand and shit like that, but he just had Rigo looking like a little brother or something. Like that's how you do your little brother. That motherfucker want to start fighting and shit. Just hold that motherfucker. Just hold his head back. You know what I'm saying? His little brother Rigo, man. I was sick too because I took Rigo and I had looked at the damn tape and I said, is this gonna be enough to beat Lomachenko? Because Rigondeaux really is a set you up with the lead hand and hurt you with the back hand. Like if you look at his fights, he hurting people with the left hand. He really not a two-fisted puncher like scrapbook boxing used to say back in the day. That's what Lomachenko is though. He work with both hands. He don't just set you up with the lead hand and hurt you with the back hand. He trying to put both hands on you. And I was looking at Rigo. I said, is this enough? But I said, man, I'm about to ride with the culture, man. Fuck Lomachenko. We all hating on Lomachenko at that time because he was getting a big push from Top Rank and all that kind of shit. We felt like they were disrespecting the black fighters at the time, like Andre Ward and even Terry Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. All the best black fighters that was in the game at the time. They even had one time on ESPN, Teddy Atlas had Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward standing side by side. And he was telling them to their face how Lomachenko was greater than them and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't like Lomachenko. So I roll with the culture, man, and I roll with Rigo, and Rigo let us down.
Yeah, I feel you. I ain't even got to speak on. I felt the same way. Sitting there talking that noise, getting this man all that. He didn't. Well, it is what it is. Debo said, I'm not trying to give Mel a layup. He took half a fight off versus Canelo and still got paid for the full fight. Well, of course. And like we said after the fight was over, we did say his badge of honor because he said it. At least I didn't get knocked out. So out of everything, if he still held on to that through all the turmoil and the people dissing him and dogging him out, hey, that's his thing to hold on to. And he can still come back and say, well, a lot of people fought him. And they got knocked out. I didn't. Only thing that lingers bad on it is, you end up stepping out the game. Crawford held his nuts on you when he beat up Earl. And then Crawford went up there and beat up Canelo, which brought back memories to some people that, damn, Charlo, you was calling out this motherfucker. This motherfucker went up there and handled Canelo. Way totally opposites from what you did. And you supposed to be the bigger, stronger man.
I'm not gonna do Charlo like that though, man. Like if it was just like, let's say we take the Charlo name off of it, we just say Fighter A, and I say Fighter A has not been in the ring in 2 years, and we trying to get him back in there. He's trying to get back in the mix. He's he's the current lineal champion of the division. He's trying to get back in the mix, so we want to get him a tune-up. If I said that, ain't nobody gonna have no problem with that. The man ain't fought in 2 years. Let's get him a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna have no special shit for Charlo. Like, I don't like the motherfucker, so I don't want to give him a layup. Now, he don't get no tune-up. He got to be like Earl and just go straight into the big fights and all that type of shit. Like, nah.
We saw how that panned out for Earl, though, didn't we?
That's how it panned out for most fighters, though. Nigga, you got to be special to come off a layoff and whoop somebody's ass. Shout out to Ava Ramos, because that's what he did this weekend when out there and fucked off Machan Ross pick. He went out there and whooped that youngster. I think his name was Tamir Smalls. This motherfucker ain't fought since 2024, and he come off the couch and whooped his youngster ass. You know what I'm saying? So it happens every now and then, but for the most part, when you come off a layoff, it don't work out right for you. So if you want to get you a tune-up and get back in the mix, I ain't got no problem with it.
Actually, I agree with the tune-up fight. Ever since Earl, I agree with get yourself back into the business of things. Don't just run out there thinking you can just do this, because it might not pan out for you. You know what I'm saying? Some fighters get the break, like Keith. But, for the most part, I think I'm agreeing with you. Get you something where you could feel good after the fight over with, where you could talk your noise. I knocked this motherfucker out, the type thing. Get your rah-rah and roo-rooing in. And then we can start talking about one of these upper names. But get your feet back wet, man. Don't just jump in, like we said, don't jump into the deep end of the pool.
Now, we'll say this, though. There's something that D-Lo done spoke of in the past. We can all be about the tune-ups and shit all we want to. But when they start running them numbers across the desk and they start comparing that to the numbers that they've been getting in these last fights, they don't be wanting to take the numbers. You might have got your 10 million in your last fight, but now we want you to get a tune-up. Well, this tune-up, nigga, you might get you 750,000. And they be like, nah, fuck that, nigga. I at least need me 7-8 million or 5 million and all that type of shit. And that's what get them in a bad fight. They fuck around and be in Riyadh season with Turkey Al-Sheikh, and he put him off in there somebody that's fighting back like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tune-ups is good. You need a tune-up, but you got to be willing to take the tune-up money. And when they start getting them big checks, they don't want no tune-up money.
Pride is before the downfall. He said, I think he got stopped in the ninth per usual. That's his hard luck round, talking about Harrison, I believe. He said, you right. Was the 11th round stoppage versus Charlo. His other 3 fights are ninth round KO losses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he always a KO 9 motherfucker. He started with his first fight when he went out there and fought that big tall motherfucker that stopped him and shit. Then he went out there and got stopped against Jared Hurd in the 9th round and all that type of shit. But I was thinking, I thought this was the one fight that he didn't get stopped in 9.
That boy say Tony Harrison got the punch resistance of a mosquito after round 6. Damn. So once 6 is in, it's in.
Not round 6. I ain't gonna do him like that. But once you get past 8, that's when things start changing. Cause like I still remember, boy, when he went out there and fought against Jerry Hurd, I'm telling everybody, nigga, I got me a badass bet, man. This motherfucker Jerry Hurd, he fight like a mummy, and he going to get somebody that's slick and smooth out of Detroit, Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got something for him, and he was lighting his ass up early in that fight. I'm talking about them punches was going off like fireworks on his ass. And then once we got past 8 rounds, you can see the gas tank started to look different. He started to slow down. Then all of a sudden, Hurd started catching him with some shots and shit, hit him with the uppercut, and that was all she wrote.
Man, Mister, I can take punches to the face all day.
Yeah.
He say, no, okay, La D. He say, stop bringing up old shit. La D say, D-Lo, I can't only help it. Now I was butthurt bad. Don't bring that fight up. They must be talking about the Loma Rigo.
Oh, yeah, everybody was hurting sick off that shit. I was excited. We got 2 Olympic gold, two-time Olympic gold medalists in the ring and shit. But it was just too much of a size disparity. It was Rigo that really wanted to fight. Lomachenko was always like the motherfucker too small. But since y'all wanted shit, we can go and get out there then.
You want it, I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah.
You ask for it, I'm gonna go and give it to you since you sitting over there behind that fence barking like a motherfucker. Go on and let him out.
You over there bumping your gums then. Let's see what's up then.
Bumping. Hyphy say, remember they used to edit Loma's number of losses? Yes, they did it. What fight was that they did it in?
Orlando Salido.
Man, I was hot about that. I was like, these motherfuckers is really changing this man. He know he got a loss. Trying to put him up there as undefeated.
That's one of the most disrespected fights of my lifetime. Because I thought he went out there and just fought a good fight. And I thought he beat Lomachenko fair and square. I know a lot of people felt like he was hitting it with low blows and all that type of shit. But I saw a veteran off in there. And veterans, they going to do what they got to do until the ref tell them not to do it. So if I hit you with a low blow and the ref don't say nothing, I ain't hit you with no low blow. That means I got the license to hit you with another one until the referee say something. But that ain't all he was doing, though. He was mixing up the looping right hands. He was throwing them to the body and to the head against the southpaw. So he was making him make a decision. Like, do I need to guard the the right looping right hand to the body, or do I need to guard it to the head? And a lot of the time he'll guess wrong and get caught. And Salido just put him in that dilemma for the entire fight. And he just went out there and just beat him as a real solidified veteran going against a professional novice. Because that was only like his second or third fight. I think the second fight. So I just think that Salido didn't get the credit he deserved for the fight, man. He went out there and put that veteran shit on that man. Don't take it off the record and try to discard it and then try to shit on it and say that he just cheated and he fought dirty and that's the only reason he won. Give him credit for the technical shit that he put on Lomachenko that worked in the fight and got him the victory.
I agree with you 100. Say no BS. Rigo is a marvel in his own right. I have seen him do some shit in the ring that I'm still in awe of. That's from D-Lo.
Yeah, go check out if y'all want a throwback Rigo fight, check out Rigo versus Tion Kennedy. And it'll be a performance unlike any other performance you ever seen in boxing. Like you could go back and watch all kind of film, black and white, 70s, 80s. I ain't never seen a fight like Rigondeaux versus Tion Kennedy. And if y'all go watch that fight, y'all will see exactly what I'm talking about. Like whenever I call fights and I say he rehearsing shots, that's the fight that I got that from. I never seen nobody rehearse the shots they gonna hit you with before they hit you with them. Like he say, I'm gonna hit you with a 163. Well, he'll show you, he'll rehearse the 163 right in front of you and then hit you with the motherfucker. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Like that shit was amazing, man. Check out Rigondeaux versus Tion Kennedy.
What the hell happened? Oh, he said Conwell. Oh, Elijah Price got socked up too. That's
Yeah, he fucked out my money with that shit, man. I'm glad I ain't seen to pick the OG, man. We did get a win with the Navarrete fight. He went out there and whooped the shit out of Sugar Nunez. I knew that was gonna happen, so we got paid on that. But we had took Elijah Pierce versus Pyra by decision, and that was really stupid anyway. I mean, Elijah Pierce, he is a bona fide national champion and shit, but he has shown some vulnerability in the pros, like when he lost to Suleiman Sagawa, you know what I'm saying? But the guy that he fought against is Pyra motherfucker. He was an 8-time Venezuela champion, but he also fought at the AIBA World Championships, and he had over 300 amateur fights. So I knew he was kind of dangerous, but he had took a loss against an inferior opponent early in his career, and that made me think that it might have been a ceiling on his talent. But it wasn't no ceiling. He treated that shit like a learning experience. He'd been on the winning streak since he took that loss, and he rolled over that motherfucker Elijah Pierce. Went out there and stopped him in 2 rounds. Motherfucker couldn't even go 3 rounds in the fight. And after the fight, he called out Rafael Espinosa, the baddest motherfucker in the weight class. Hey, Pyra ain't no punk, man. So salute to Pyra, man. He fucked off my money, fucked off my Champ Ross pick, but he did what he had to do, and he called out the boogeyman after the fight.
That's the dude that first beat Antoine, right?
Antoine.
Gary.
No, that's Alberto Puello.
Okay, I'm thinking the wrong name. All right. He said Conwell was coming off a loss as well. Respectable enough, but a winnable fight with intrigue. That's from D-Lo 404.
Yeah, I just think that might be a little too much for him coming off the couch. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at you, though.
He said, can't blame him. He said, oh, yeah, I told y'all EJ didn't want to take that pay cut. That's why he was on that no tune-up mantra. Well, he should have, you know, hindsight is 2020. Ain't that how I go? Hindsight is 2020. After you got your ass whooped, you sit down and think about it, man. Yeah, I should have went on and did something before I went out there and got my brakes beat off of me like that. But
oh, my bad.
No, I'm just saying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I meant to give you credit for it. If I didn't give you credit for it, my bad. But yeah, D-Lo is the person that introduced that thinking. Like the motherfuckers don't be wanting to take no tune-up because they don't want to take no pay cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Lala said, remember when De La Hoya set up that fight of Saddam Ali and up against Munguia? Even Spence tweeted that they set him up.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough business right there, man. That was tough business. I ain't know nothing about Munguia. I just looked at that motherfucker. And I said, man, what the hell? Because Munguia like 6 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker, Saddam Ali, he was fighting at 147, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 140. But he's just not a big guy. You know what I'm saying? He already showed that he kind of made a paper mache a little bit. So I was like, man, hey, this motherfucker about to get rolled over by this motherfucker, Munguia. And that's exactly what happened, man. He went out there and beat the brakes off of him.
Sad how these boys get set up sometimes. D-Lo say Loma pulled him up. Rigo was calling for it when Loma was a class or 2 closer to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Salido got punished for beating Loma. He had a respectable career and was rough and was a rough out for almost every fighter he fought. Yep. Or should I say everyone he fought? Not every fighter.
Yeah, Salido tough, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all that motherfucking Navarrete gonna go to the Hall of Fame too, man. I know we ain't talking about that. You just made me think about a motherfucker that's not getting the credit that he deserves at the current moment. Navarrete a fighting motherfucker, man. He entertaining too. He was one of my favorite fighters to call and shit. Action fighter. He gonna put hands on your motherfucking ass. I know he done took some losses, but if you look at the people that he lost to, he losing to Olympians and shit. Like he lost to Berancic. He also lost to well, he should have lost to that Korea or whatever the fuck his name was. He was an Olympian too. They ruled the cut that he sustained in the fight. They ruled it a headbutt when it was really a punch. But these are still high level type motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't that, Navarrete gonna put the motherfucking bees on you. Fuck all that technique. They be saying the technique ain't good. Do you know how to fight? He is the classic example of somebody that knew how to fight before he went to the boxing gym. He the opposite of Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios did an interview and said his sister was whooping him when he was 17. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, ain't no woman whooping me when I'm 17. It could be Carissa. She's not whooping me when I'm 17 years old. I'm sorry. I'm hitting too motherfucking hard. I'm coming with too much vicious shit in the boxing ring. Ain't no woman whooping me when I'm 17. I can't see it. And this motherfucker talking about his sister whooping him. He didn't even want to box until his sister went to the gym. And she was able to whoop him till he's 17 years old. That's not Navarrete. He a fighting motherfucker, man. So I just want to give a little salute to Navarrete, man. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think the record book, like the history books, are going to talk about him favorably after it's all said and done.
Okay. Well, I know one woman whooped me. I'm 17. That would be Mama. That's the only woman.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Well, nah, that ain't it because your grandma and aunties and all kind of shit can give you a whooping.
Yeah, you right. You gotta go ahead and go through the list. Auntie give it to you, grandma give it to you, mama give it to you. That's about it though. I ain't taking it from cousin. Sister, no, we ain't. No, we're gonna have to keep that shit over there. Yeah. But mama, auntie, and grandma, yeah, that's the beat down I'm gonna have to take respectively.
But if they put that headgear, that mouthpiece in their mouth, and they put that cup on, and they put them 16-ounce gloves on to get their ass in that ring, they getting their ass whooped in there. There ain't no woman whooping me when I'm 17 years old. Like, come on, bro.
No, you didn't just say a grandma put on the headgear. Oh no. Oh no, wait a minute. You say they put that headgear on, mouthpiece, and a cup, 10-ounce gloves. It's going down.
Nah, not 10s. I ain't gonna do them like that. I love them too much for 10s, but they put them 16s on, it's going down.
What you gonna do when you're on the ride home? Like, Granny, I'm sorry, but you know you did the wrong thing stepping out there. Let's go to Bath and Body Works. I can buy you some perfume and stuff, you know, some bath salts and things like that. Make up for it.
No, she gonna need some Epsom salt.
Man, this man said, see, that remind me when Trey said he was with old girl in the ring that time and he had let loose on her.
Yeah, Rebecca.
I see. Remember her name, Rebecca.
Yeah, for sure. Never forget.
Lala D said, remember when you said Rico would practice what he was going to do before doing it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Rickendall was doing that shit. Rehearsing shots. That was the Tion Kennedy fight when he was doing that.
Then he pumped his left out real quick a couple of times. See that? I'm finna give it to you.
Yeah, you got to see it. If you don't remember that fight, refresh your memory on that fight, man.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I might not do a show next week because we're getting ready to move to the new spot. Man, I'm super excited. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm moving to Von Army.
I don't even know what that is.
Von Army, Texas. It's like 10 minutes southwest, real southwest of
San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio. Big sis said she getting ready to go to bed. Hey sis, I'm glad you came through and did your thing. Good night. You know, she went on and put something in the chat tonight instead of just listening. She came on in and said some things. Good looking sis. I'll talk to you. Love you very much. He said, yeah, even Rigo in this split decision loss versus Casimiro. Yeah, him. Impressed me. I know most clowned him for that performance. That's from D-Lo 404.
Oh yeah, he definitely showed some toughness and shit. He just had that one fight, bad fight against Lomachenko, but Rigondeaux tough, man. And plus, we don't know how old the motherfucker was, man. That motherfucker might have been 40 when he came over here. We don't know how old he was. And I always keep that into consideration when we looking at them Cuban fighters and shit. We be treating them like they in their late 20s and early 30s. Them motherfuckers might be 40 already.
You think they be that old when they get over here?
Shit, man, them hairlines be receding, bro. I don't doubt it. And I done seen it in other sports. I done seen youngsters coming out of playing basketball and shit, going to the league and come to find out everybody thinking they youngsters, they 20 and shit, them motherfuckers be 30 coming from Africa. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, it's in their favor to lie about their age. You know, that's going to give them more action if they say they 30 or 28 or something instead of 38. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense. You say you're younger, you get to play a little longer. People speaking Mario Barcerius. Did somebody say his name wrong? Did I say his name wrong?
Nah, she calling him Basura. Trash.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought Mario was trash? Oh, that's horrible.
Man, you the biggest Barrios fan there is, but you know Barrios. I ain't gonna just say he trash because he done showed some toughness in the ring and shit. Like he done been in some good fights. But
that's why I ride with him, because of the good fights. You know, I can't erase that. I give him because he had some good battles and he stood the test.
Yeah, but he definitely B level though. Like he ain't no A level fighter nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he just straight trash, but he ain't on the top tier though, for sure. You see what he just did against Ryan?
I seen what Ryan did against him.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't do shit against Ryan.
He didn't do nothing. Don't have
beat up.
Yeah.
Say Barrio's sister was punishing him for playing in her makeup. Dang, D-Lo. So he was in there practicing how to put on war paint.
Oh yeah, I gotta give my boy D-Lo a congratulations for coming in second place this past week on the Champ Roast.
What?
Yeah, my boy Eric Carr, he is in contention to win the whole thing. So he just needs to hold it down and shit. He'll already be in the mix, but he made a bad change on the pick. He had changed from fucking Ryan Garcia and he picked Mario Barrios. When he asked me to change his pick, I started asking, like, what's your rationale behind this shit? But I ain't say nothing because I don't ever want to influence nobody picks and shit. Like Yasser, I don't influence his picks. I don't influence Napoleon Armstrong picks. I don't say shit. I let you do what you want to do. But I was thinking, like, what the fuck is the reasoning behind this shit? You know what I'm saying? But he in contention though. And I told him, man, let's go ahead and put something together on this next week. You go ahead and put your foot in the dirt and cut up field on them because they letting them hang around. So if they gonna let you hang around, punish them. And then we also got another one of our peripheral little block fam members. That's hip hop #1. He in contention for the championship too. I got love for hip hop #1. We used to be talking that shit with the Taylor gang and all that kind of shit. So I'm rooting for him, but I know Eric Carr more. I fuck with Eric Carr pretty much on a daily. So I'm hoping Eric Carr go out there and take it down. But if he don't take it down, I'll be happy if hip hop #1 go out there and take it down. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Put your foot in the dirt and cut up field on the motherfuckers, bro, and go out there and get that championship.
Hell yeah, do that. Congratulations to D-Lo for doing what he did, pulling that second place. I appreciate the congratulations on the move, Eric R. He say Rigo looked like he was 54 in the face versus Loma.
Yeah.
Dang. D-Lo say Gamboa is the only one who looked young out of that crop. Coincidentally, he still looks young, so he may have been older too. I always thought he looked like a youngster when I seen him fight. I was like, dang, this dude, he look young as hell out there fighting.
Yeah, that's a good one. When he was 26, He looked 26. I think he was 26 when I first seen him fight, and he looked 26. I mean, they all don't look old. Like, look at David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? He young. He look young, and he fight young too. You know what I'm saying? He got a fight coming up against Callum Smith too. That's gonna be a tough fight. That's gonna be a good fight. But like that motherfucker, that hyphy, like that Arsleys Iglesias, he might be a little bit older, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That motherfucker nose sits sideways too. I was looking at his picture on BoxRec. I said, damn, that motherfucker nose sitting sideways. But he a fight motherfucker though, man. He knocking niggas out with amateur backgrounds too. That motherfucker dangerous. They talking about putting him off in there with Canelo and shit. I can't remember what I was reading. And they was talking about he might be a potential candidate for Canelo. That's gonna put Canelo in retirement. He'll fuck around and go out there and stop Canelo. He already stopping Iron Man. He's stopping folks in amateur backgrounds. He got a fight coming up. He gonna fight this guy that I like. He got a good jab and shit. What the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name. He a 4.5 on the pedigree scale though. Fuck, he a Eastern European fighter, man. But that's gonna be a good fight. But I got a feeling that the Glacier is gonna go out there and knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? The Glacier is knocking everything out there. The only person he could knock out is Isaac Chilemba, I think. You know, Chilemba just a tough motherfucker, man. It's hard to knock out Chilemba. But everybody else, that Iglesias motherfucker knocking him out. He even knocked out that Vladimir Shishkin. He knocked out Shishkin. Like, when I seen that, I said, yeah, this motherfucker tough, man. He knocking everybody out.
Come out there and catch him with the brick hand, like catch him with the brick, like Keyshawn Davis been running around saying, messing with Devin. Lala giving D-Lo his props, saying, second place, good for you, D-Lo. About time with your bum ass.
Yeah, that motherfucker knocking folks out and knocking them out early too, nigga. They ain't taking them a long time. 2-3 rounds, you get them up out of there. Oh yeah, D-Lo got it. That'll be Pavel Siagin. That's the guy that he fight next. 4.5 on the pedigree scale. Got a pretty good jab and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent fighter. He's a pretty good fighter. But if he go the distance, I'll be very impressed. Just if he go the distance. But more than likely, he probably gonna go out there and get stopped fucking around this motherfucker. and his nose sitting sideways lets me know that he don't care about getting hit. Like, he wants to come knock you out. He not in there trying to hit and not get hit. He don't give a damn. He know that he hit hard enough that if he exchange a blow with you, he gonna get the best of it. And he don't give a damn. Nose sit sideways. Boys in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up. Is this a shot at me? Well, I'm taking shots. Eric R. screaming. Always ignore MZ when he talks about Barrios.
Yeah, wow. we could throw Caleb Plant in there too. You know, it's just certain fighters that, you know, OG just he fuck with him tough, and he don't care what he see in the ring. He gonna rock with him.
Damn, Eric, that's how you. Just like when he talk about Plant. And then MZ and Plant, oh wow, be like Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel Jackson in Django. Wow. Wow.
We ain't gonna do it like that though, brother.
God dang.
Yeah, that's a step too far.
I don't love him. I just, you know what? I ain't gonna even say nothing about it. Y'all just ignore me when it comes to Barrios and Plant, like you said. He said, not Lala talking shit. Lala who quit the league. Lala who ran out the league but couldn't run in the league. Lala in my soldier voice, soldier boy voice.
Yeah, she probably done dipped up out of here too.
You know, she be in and out. She probably cooking something.
She might be taking a nap. She be taking a nap about this time and shit.
Wake up, it's a whole new day. He said, I was tripping on the Ryan fight. When I don't trust the fighter's mental, it takes me a while. He said Frank Sanchez.
Hold on. Goddamn, bro. There ain't that many comments, bro. So you ain't that far behind. It's all good, nigga. Let's talk about the comments. So the motherfucker say that he don't trust the fighter's mental. It take him a while. I understand that. But going into that fight, Ryan was looking big as a motherfucker again, and his behavior was very erratic. That motherfucker, Yasser was talking about that. He said, man, I think Ryan juiced to the gills again, man, because he acting erratic. He acting like he was acting when he fought against Devin Haney. So it looked like whenever you see Ryan acting erratic and looking big as a motherfucker, you know, like he jacked up and shit, put your money on Ryan, man, because he's probably about to go out there and win by hook or by crook. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hope he won clean. It would be horrible for him to have another scandal so close back to back.
See, he said you learned from the first time, man. We supposed to cut that cycle a week earlier. We done learned from our mistakes, and we know how to run the cycle the way we supposed to run it without getting caught, nigga.
Don't get caught taking IVs and shit.
Yeah, they done learn their lesson, nigga. They know how to do all that shit under the radar now.
Yeah, he went back and talked to Canelo.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong? You waited 1 week too long. You waited 1 week too long. Now you can say I'm born ready.
Yeah.
What happened to you with Terrence? He just too good.
Yeah, basically. D-Lo talking about Frank Sanchez. Like, yeah, hell yeah, Frank Sanchez, man. That motherfucker look old as hell. They talking about who Frank Sanchez got a fight coming up against. It seems like they got him off and there with somebody that can fight a little bit.
It looked like that Spanish dude.
Oh, Richard Torres. Ooh, man, that might be bad, man. At first, I was thinking maybe Sanchez can box a little bit, but I don't know what his legs looking like. His legs wasn't looking the best when he fought against Itchy Caballero, but Caballero take your legs away because he a body snatcher and he go into the body. Richard Torres is not a prolific body puncher like Caballero, but he's very relentless. He is a pit bull in that motherfucker. He's coming in there to put pressure on you, and he coming to whoop your ass. He's an Olympic silver medalist. The only person to really just beat him in the big tournaments was Bakir Jalalov. He beat him twice. He stopped him once, and he beat him by decision the second time. But Torres was pretty much beating everybody else. So that's what Frank Sanchez got coming to town. A bona fide 4.5 after American system, winning national championship stateside, winning international shit or medaling internationally, and he a pit bull. He probably about to put that motherfucker Frank Sanchez on his back pockets. And like D-Lo said, the motherfucker might be 50 already. We don't know how old he is. He was looking old when they said he was 30. And that was what, 10 years ago or some shit? Man, that motherfucker, man, I don't know, man. He might be 50.
Dang. He said Canelo said clenbuterol. They don't test for it. Blame it on the meat. So Keyshawn trying to bring some excitement. He bringing excitement back into the game in his own way, calling out everybody.
Yeah, but it's almost like if you call out everybody, you don't call out nobody. Like, I want to see the motherfucker focus in and zero in on somebody and really put that pressure on them. It seems like
keep calling them out.
Yeah, every week, every day, it seems like he called out somebody different. So nigga, let's lock in and call the motherfucker out, man. Let's go get this work.
I heard Rolly called out, sent paperwork to Devin by way of Bill Haney. You know, I seen him on the Brian Custard, you know, doing his thing, promoting for his son. I give it to him. He promoting ass for his son, boy. He gonna make sure he promote for that young man.
Yeah.
Brian, not Brian Norman. What's the other one named? The daddy who talk funny?
Oh, you talking about Schofield?
Yeah. So I seen him giving an interview, and he taking shots at Shakur, like, you know, I mean, taking serious shots. I'm like, bruh, how are you taking shots at anybody? And y'all pulled out of 2 fights when they back to back.
Yeah, I mean, this motherfucker went life and death with Renee Tiguez Hiron, man. Like, I just need to see something in the ring, bro. I think Hiron dropped him in the fight. They went the distance and shit, and Schofield got the win. But bro, you out there going life and death with Renee Tiguez Hiron and getting dropped in the fight. Now Hiron is tough. Don't get me wrong. He is a level Iron Man in boxing. I'm talking about. I just seen him take liver shots and get up. It don't come much tougher than Hiron. But most people just beat him. They beat him pretty comfortably. He went out there and he was boxing pretty good, but then he started letting Hiron catch up to him. That right there, man, this stock dropped a lot for me. And I already wasn't the highest on him anyway. So I don't really care about what they talking about. I know he went out there and stopped Tevin Farmer and shit, probably caught him cold early in the fight, like the first round or something like that. So I know they feeling good about themselves. But I ain't forgot about the damn Hiron fight. So show me something in the ring, man. Let me see some special effects. Let me see some shit that look pretty, some shit that looks smooth, sweet out there. And then we can talk. But for right now, that's all it is talk.
For right now, just be quiet. Keep sitting over there and poking at the bears from outside the cage.
Yeah.
Who is it? Devin confirmed that they are negotiating with Rolly. Are they gonna fight at 147 or 140?
Likely it'll be 147. I mean, that's where he's fighting at. He ain't going back down to no 140.
I would think it would be a bad move too. Which Ryan is screaming he'll go down to 140 to deal with Shakur. And I'm like, bro, you ain't never made 140.
No, they were talking about 144 at first, and then he started saying he want 147. And Shakur like, man, I ain't going to 147 no time soon. So that just talk. It looked like Ryan wanted to take the approach like he think he a African American assassin. You know, we done had the Mexican assassins in the past, and he know like the biggest way to drum up interest in boxing is to put that racial shit together. So he like to call out black fighters and shit, you know, to make himself more relevant. So that's what I think he's doing. But I don't see him fighting no Shakur Stevenson because he ain't going up to no 147 no time soon.
Right. I think I did a video about something about them people with the snake tongue talking and how they get a lot of passes on it. I kind of felt it with that. I ain't one giving no pass. I still don't like him. I give him his respect that he got his win, but I don't like that gaming that they be doing. That's sickening to me.
It's been part of boxing for a long time, man. We can go back to Richard Humphreys versus Daniel Mendoza. This was back in the 1800s. This was the first time that race was used to promote a fight. And it was one of the biggest fights of its day. This was like in the 1860s, I want to say. It might even been before then, man. I got to, refresh my history. But it was a long time ago. This is what the historians credit for being the first fight to introduce racism to promote boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was big and shit. And since then, like whenever, it just stuck like a motherfucker, man. Like we could look at God damn, what the fuck that dude name? When you started drinking that shit and I heard that ice and shit, it just knocked all the motherfucking thoughts out of my motherfucking head.
My bad.
But we didn't we done had a bunch of them though, man. Like George Warden versus Hammer Lane. That's one of the biggest ones right there. Also,
Jerry Cooney.
That was a big one. Him and Larry Holmes, definitely a big one. You know what I'm saying? We could look at Joe Louis when he had fought against Max Smelling in the rematch and shit. That was a big one. The one I'm trying to get to is the one that was in England when we should have had our first champion, man. The dude that was over there with Bill Richmond. God damn, it's a goddamn shame. I can't think of that dude. Tom Molyneux, man. When he had fought against and I can't think of his name, the damn champion that he fought against, and they robbed him in the fight. He should have beat the motherfucker the first time, and then the people jumped in the ring and intervened for the champion and shit, and they broke Tom Molyneux's hand. And then they had a rematch, but Tom Molyneux didn't take the fight seriously. And his opponent, Tom Cribb, he went to training camp and came back and whooped the shit out of Tom Molyneux in a rematch. But that was a big fight of the time of that day because of race. You got the black man coming from America going against the beloved white champion, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could look at Jack Johnson when he had fought against the Boilermaker. Can't think of his name. Jim Jeffries. Goddamn me. Yeah, that it's just like that in boxing, man. So some people play on it. Like, look at Mayweather. I see he talking about fighting September the 19th. He know what time it is. He know that's the Mexican Independence Day. And he want to capitalize off this shit. He always fought May 5th and September the 19th. Those are big Mexican days. Like,
you know, they're going to spend that bread.
They're going to spend that bread. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people just use that race to promote boxing. It do be ugly a lot of the time. I can't say I'm a big fan of it, but it is what it is.
Parson versus Johnson is another.
Floyd Patterson versus Ingemar Johansson. Yeah, that's a big
one. That's not Patterson. Oh, he hit the wrong buttons. My bad.
Yeah.
Eric God say Ryan needs to call himself the Brown Mamba and come to the ring with the dashiki on. Boy, stop.
Yeah.
I can't wait for some certain fighters to just going out there and get what's coming to them.
Yeah, we got a big fight this weekend, man, that I'm excited for anyway. Jao Patai, he fighting against Brandon Glanton. See, that's probably the fight of the weekend. You know, I like to come here and give y'all the fight of the weekend to check out and shit. Well, this is my fight of the weekend. Brandon Glanton versus Jao Patai. Jao Patai, he is a 4.5 on the scale. He's a bronze medalist at the AIBA World Championships. And you know he done been in the game, putting in some good work. He beat Maurice Bradis twice and shit. He went out there and stopped that big old white boy from the UK that's real tough. I can't think of his name. He fight at cruiserweight a lot, but he also done went to heavyweight and fought against God damn, I can't think of that motherfucking name. It's the same. I'm so bad with names and shit. But this guy, yeah, he knocked the big old white boy out though, man. I thought the dude was gonna go the distance though. But this motherfucker, Jao Patai, is knocking folks out. I'm talking about square business. He one of the pound for pound hardest punches in boxing. And he going to the body. That's how he stopped the dude from the UK. He was going to the body on him, man. Real tough. But he got Brandon Glanton coming to town. And he is an Iron Man in boxing. He's very tough. He is a bona fide 3 on my scale. He is a 3-time national championship bronze medalist. He keep his hands up good. He real compact and shit. He got the wide shoulders. He got the compact neck. His defense is just solid. It ain't nothing special. It ain't like he in the shoulder roll. But he keep his hands up good and keep himself protected pretty good. And he also step to you too. So he can get up in your chest a little bit to where you can't get full extension on your shots so you can get maximum power on him. He kind of stifles your power a little bit like that. And he done been in the ring with guys that can really punch. Like his last fight, it was against CBS, Chris Billiam-Smith. Chris Billiam-Smith hitting hard up in that motherfucker. But he wasn't hurting Brandon Glanton, though. You know what I'm saying? Glanton just tough, man. And it's hard to stop him. I really thought that the odds makers was going to have the fight going the distance at about plus 300. But they actually opened it at plus 145. So they just showed you how much respect they got for Brandon Glanton. If you take Opatia by knockout, you got to give up like minus 165. But if you take him by decision, you'll get like plus 175. You know what I'm saying? So they got that shit pretty close relatively. So they got a lot of respect for Brandon Glanton. But that is the fight of this weekend. I really expect Brandon Glanton probably to go the distance. I'll throw that out there. So y'all do y'all Champ Ross picks. Y'all study the fight. Give a little bit of like don't just go straight to the knockout, because I know everybody thinking knockout. Give a little thought about the decision.
Running through your minds a little bit. Lala D said, can we talk about O'Shaquie Foster versus Raymond Ford? Who we got? I thought his name was Cold Water. Oshaki Cold. Wait, is it Cold Water, Ice Water?
I think it's ice water.
Yeah, it's Oshaki Ice Water Foster.
I don't know. It might be Shock. What's she call him?
She called him Shot.
That's what he got on his chest, so I'm gonna go with Shock.
Okay, when I heard him announce the last time, I could have swore I heard him say ice water or cold water or something. Somebody's water. But I got to look at Raymond Ford. I got to look at him to refresh my mental on him. But if I had to go out on the limb right out the gate, I'm gonna ride with Shop.
That's a tough one, man. You got 2 3.5 bona fides going against each other. They both been in the ring with some decent fighters and shit. They done got some good work off in there. I'm gonna go with Raymond Ford though. Oshaki Foster, I like him as a fighter, but to me, he come across like a hard luck guy. He's the type of guy that they don't mind taking a decision away from him. Like when he had fought against
the dude that was cheating. Tried to cheat.
What dude that was trying to cheat?
Well, they had made him rewrap his hands. I think it was after the fight that they took the belt from him, and I think he cried.
Well, I'm thinking about the Robson Conceição fight, so that might be what you're talking about, maybe. But they did take a decision away from him. He just seemed like a hard luck guy. If it was a guy that the promoters were gonna cut a break to, I think it'd be Raymond Ford. And I think he done already got one break cut to him because he had probably should have lost against Edward Vasquez. Vasquez is a very good, tough fighter. I got a lot of respect for him. He got a knockout this past weekend, as a matter of fact. He a good fighter, but I thought that he beat Raymond Ford, and they gave the decision to Raymond Ford. You know what I'm saying? So I got one guy that they don't mind taking a decision away, and I got another guy that they don't mind giving a decision to. And then Raymond Ford is very talented too. And a lot of his ability hasn't been on front and center because he's been fighting in smaller weight classes. I think he a naturally bigger guy than the weight classes that he was fighting at. Like when he had fought against that Nick Ball. You know what I'm saying? He was a little bit, he had grown out the weight class, but he stayed there for one more fight so he could fight against Nick Ball. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a more talented guy. And I know that he be over there with Shakur and shit. Iron sharpens iron. Shakur actually got nice things to say about both of them, to be honest with you, though. Like, he said some good things about Raymond Ford. He got a lot of respect for him. He respects his talent. But he said that Oshaki Foster was the best kept secret in all of boxing. He did an interview and said Oshaki Foster was the best kept secret in boxing. And this is before I had even seen him fight. I just saw what Shakur said about him. So Shakur do got respect for both of them. But when I hear him talk about Oshaki, I heard him say that about Foster, but I heard him give more details about Raymond Ford, the type of shit that he do in the ring, his defense, and he probably got some pretty good power. We got some pretty good speed and all that type of shit. So if I put all of that together, if I look at the ability and I look at the potential politics involved, I think I got to lean towards Raymond Ford.
Oh, okay. I'm checking him out now. I'm seeing, okay, I remember who he is now. I remember who he is now.
You remember who he is?
Raymond Ford. I pulled him up to him versus Nick Ball.
Yeah, that's a fight he could have won too, man. He let Nick Ball beat him down the stretch, but like I said, that he had outgrown the weight class, but he stayed there for one more fight. So if they was in one weight class higher and he had more energy, he likely would have beat Nick Ball.
Okay. That boy Eric all said, yep, and Shakur fucked up and forgot to make Foster his BFF like Keyshawn. Because Foster has been calling for Shakur. He has been doing that. I'm going to tell my daughter, make sure when she redo his locks, again, don't do them too tight so he can be able to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, Lala D said Conceição, they robbed him. Yeah, they robbed Oshaki for Conceição. I was mad they ain't put no money on Conceição too, because I sure thought about it, man. They had him as a big underdog in that fight. And Conceição is an Olympic gold medalist, and he's very tough. So I wanted to put some money on him. But when I watched the fight, I thought he should have lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, they robbed him. She say, is Raymond Ford still trained by Coach Anthony? I don't even know who Coach Anthony is, to be honest with you. I don't know who trained the motherfucker, but he got some pretty good skills in that ring. So whoever the coach was, they doing a good job with the motherfucker.
That's all you can ask. I don't know where he is either. He go Hyphy throwing. Oh, he talking to Lala. She said, "Don't
Both
talk."
of them got a lot of confidence, though, man. They are not hurting for confidence. And I will say, Shocky Fawcett did a lot of fighting on Top Rank. That's where he got robbed against Conceição on Top Rank. And he done been in there with some good guys. You know, he coming off a high. He just went out there and be cool, boy. And they was bumping their guns back and forth for a while. He went out there and took care of that business. Now he's stepping to Raymond Ford. He looking like a boogeyman motherfucker that's, you know, going around making his rounds, snatching scalps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I respect the motherfucker. I think that Raymond Ford got a little bit more special effects in him, though. You know what I'm saying? It just look a little bit more smooth to me, a little bit more pretty to me. But I do respect Shocky, though. You know, he coming orthodox. He gonna box you on the outside. He gonna step to you and put some shots on you. But Raymond Ford a bad motherfucker, man. That boy cold, man.
Representing Texas.
Who was there? Oh, Shocky.
Yeah.
You rep Texas.
So I got to put that in. I got to put that in. Not saying it really mean nothing, but you know, I got to still put it in there.
Well, he is one of the guys that defies it. A lot of times that's a knock on you. You coming out of Texas. Well, he just whooped somebody from Philly. And he done whooped the Olympic gold medalist. He just got robbed for it. And he done whooped several motherfuckers in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he repping Texas, man. He doing a damn good job.
I appreciate it. From Orange, right? I think he's from Orange, Texas.
Shit, I don't know. I thought that nigga from Houston or something.
Now he in Houston, but I think he came from Orange. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I think it's Orange, Texas. This is the first time I seen Lala D say I have no defense for that, to be honest. Because Hyphy saying that Shocky got Shakur's belt, calling out Shakur every day, and Shakur ain't addressing it.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, man. You let that man bump his gums like that.
It could be one of two things. He could be like, you know, I ain't got to really worry about that. I'm above that. You know, he could be thinking like that. Or you did say that he is the best kept secret, and, you know, it might take a little, you know, I want to make sure I'm fine-tuned before I go ahead and address the situation. Could be that, too.
Or he could be like a high-risk, low-reward guy. I know he is fighting for belts and shit, but the people don't really know him, like, to demand the fight and shit. Turkey Al-Sheikh probably ain't demanding a fight like that. Shakur probably just trying to stay close to Turkey Al-Sheikh, and whoever that motherfucker want him to fight, he just gonna fight them. It's gonna be a good fight. You can get some credit and you can get your money on. He probably ain't worried about no Shocky Foster.
But if they're gonna be doing any fighting for Riyadh, it's gonna have to be over here, because shit, they in the middle of that war shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, they all jammed up over there. I forgot about that shit.
So if it's gonna be some Riyadh action, it's gonna have to take place either over here or over there in Queensbury. I mean, across the pond with Yasser now.
Yeah, they starting to have some Riyadh cards over here. I think they had one card over here so far, right?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have had one over here.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can still get to work in, but that do make sense. He haven't really said anything about it. He said Shakur ignored Edwin too, then schooled him with one good hand. I feel you on that one, D-Lo. He didn't make good sense.
That was a terrible fight, though, boy. But I know sometimes you got to win today and look good tomorrow, so I understand.
Right. Even the greats had times where they didn't look spectacular, but they got the win.
Yeah.
And we do have to play to the fact that, you know, we knew Shakur hand. Well, now we know for sure that his hands was jacked, and he still was able to pull it off.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at that. If they stay out there and fight and don't just fold up, and they still find a way to win, you gotta give them points on that for sure.
Yeah. That was the last fight I called.
Damn. MZ, I'm kind of disappointed in myself thinking Ortiz would be a challenge for my boy Keyshawn. Not even the same level. I should have seen that coming the way I did Shakur versus T.O. Yeah, that T.O. fight for me, it eased a lot. You know what I'm saying? It for me, it didn't get the knockout like a lot of people wanted, but it eased a lot for me. But that motherfucker's still talking. And that goes to me saying, you know, person call you out your name, you a bitch, and then you beat him up. You still a bitch. You just got beat up by one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He supposed to keep bumping his guns though, because everybody can't fight like Shakur. So yeah, y'all can look at the Shakur shit and think it's easy all you want to, nigga. Go on, get your ass up in there and let's see. You better be good at Shakur. You get in that ring with me.
Dang. Hold up. Didn't Hyphy used to like Morrell?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he big on the Iglesias.
I thought he liked Morrell too. I could have swore that he thought Morrell was gonna be Benavidez. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know he said that Callum Smith gonna stop Morrell or some shit like that. He definitely ain't gonna do that. He might win the fight, but he ain't gonna stop him. That motherfucker that went the distance with David Benavidez. He is not getting stopped by no fucking Callum Smith. And more than likely, he gonna beat Callum Smith. I know Callum Smith, he looked good against Botsy because Botsy all squared up and shit. I don't know what the fuck Virgil Hunter got him all squared up like that, folks, but he just presents a very big target. And Callum Smith would turn his ass up to the motherfucking ribs. But Morrell don't fight like that. You know, he come from the Escuela de Boxeo, the Cuban school of boxing. And he gonna go out there and put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. He gonna sprinkle some hot sauce on that motherfucking Callum Smith, and he at least gonna beat him by decision.
Okay, Eric R said he stepped over Morrell after the David loss. I wouldn't just throw him away because David got talent. Morrell got some talent, you know, and going on with Trey said, he uses footwork. He does use footwork. He be in and out. So that squaring up stuff, I don't think that's gonna play in the fight against Caleb, however you see it.
David Benavidez is one of the best in all of the sport. He a big motherfucker with a good gas tank, and he throw fast punches. That's what Andre said about the motherfucker. He like, man, I done seen guys that got that's big, and I done seen guys that can throw fast punches. But he a motherfucker that's big and can throw fast punches. And he said that kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's coming from a 5 on the scale, Demetrius Andre.
Right.
He went out there and got stopped by Benavidez.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna have a man lose to Benavidez by decision and then just throw him away and say he trash. Hell no. He got action against Callum Smith. Now, Callum Smith got the experience and shit. You know, he fighting better beef and all these motherfuckers. But this motherfucker Morrell, I think he got something. So we're going to see. I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, he got action.
Yeah, he got action.
I'm going to hit Hyphy's comment, then go to Lala. He say Morrell do cocaine and drink. He ain't shit. But I don't know about that. But if he ain't living right, you know, then, you know, that could come back to haunt him sooner than later. She also said, Trey X, Tim Bradley made a video saying Gary Antoine Russell ain't that good. You know I was pissed.
Well, the thing is 2 styles that we done seen. Well, not 2 styles, it's 2 fighters. Well, really 3 fighters. Like, we done seen Gary Antoine Russell, who is a short southpaw. He about 5'7", and he coming from the southpaw stance. I done seen him fight 3 southpaws with long arms, and each one of them presented a problem. The first one was Rancis Bartholomew. He hit the motherfucker with a left hand, one of them long-range left hands, and he caught Russell. Now, Russell stopped him. He got him out of there in like 6 rounds. But I could see right then, like, because it was southpaw versus southpaw. And that long reach gave him some problems. So then he came off a layoff, and he fought against Alberto Puello, another tall, rangy southpaw, and he was able to control him with the jab and shit, and he was able to beat Gary Antoine Russell. So then his last fight, we got this Andy Hirioka or something like that from Japan. Yasa was like, man, I think Russell gonna knock him out. I said, I don't know, bro. I looked at this motherfucker. He can fight a little bit, and he also one of the rangy southpaws. And he gave Russell some problems in that fight. I really feel like Russell won the boxing match, but lost the fight. Like, I feel like he won on points. He deserved the victory. But when I looked at the damage that was done in the fight and the guy that felt the best about himself after the fight, it felt like Hirioka might have got the advantage in that because he started landing some vicious body shots on Russell. And he started putting some very hard shots on Russell. And
those body shots were sounding.
Them body shots were ringing in that motherfucker. So for me, it's not that he's not that good because like he was 119-9 or something like that as an amateur. I might be wrong, but it was off in that ballpark somewhere. He was an Olympian. He beats Boots Ennis 3 out of 4 times in the amateurs. He got the talent. I just think he's not that big. The motherfucker 5'7" or something. He at 140, and he fighting against guys that's 5'9" and 5'10", and got long reach and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be in an uphill battle because if you're a small guy consistently fighting bigger guys, sometimes them bigger guys gonna slip through the cracks. And in his situation, being a southpaw, going against bigger, rangier southpaws is gonna be tough.
Yeah. Well, at least he is running the gauntlet so far. He is facing lefties, which you would think that, you know, as you face them and you start to become better equipped to deal with them. I ain't gonna say I don't agree with Tim Bradley. I think he's a good fighter. As long as he stay in the gym and work on it, I think he'll be all right. But like you said, he do got a long hill to climb for him being so short and the style of fight that he used, which being in your face and always being on you is one good thing for him because, you know, a lot of long fighters don't like that and can't deal with that. So if he stay on his trajectory, he should be all right.
Yeah, he fighting a lot of southpaws. He actually won his belt against a southpaw. He fought El Rayo, and he went out there and won the fight. He won some money for us and shit too in that fight. But I just think I just noticed that that's where he's getting his problems from when he fight taller, rangier southpaws. And also, we can't take away the fact that he lost his father and he got his big brother training him now. And I know a lot of us might be thinking like it shouldn't be no drop off, but we don't know. Gary Russell Jr. is not a long-term trainer. I mean, a long-time trainer where he got a track record of building up fighters and guiding their careers and all that type of shit. We don't know. He don't have his father anymore. So I don't know how this going to affect him in the ring and all that kind of shit. He might have lost a step because of that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to see moving forward, man. But I wish him the best because he's a pit bull in there. He a dog. But I do see some vulnerability with him, though.
That makes a good point, seeing that, you know, you went from dad training you because, you know, dad is dad, and there's some things that he probably seen that Gary haven't seen or really didn't pay attention to because at the same time they were training side by side. Now that you have taken over the role as trainer, you know, you might be trying to convey some things. You might have to figure out how to convey what you need to convey to your little brother. You know, you gotta figure that out. It's not just have the I'm the big brother, listen to me type stance. You got to really kind of figure out how to convey what you need to, because this is your boxer now as well as your brother.
Well, I do see him putting the effort in, and they do seem to have a system because they say the Russell way of doing things. So they seem to have a system, and I did see him slap his brother in his last fight. So he's willing to do what he has to do to get his message across, but it still ain't Pops, though. It just still ain't Pops, man. It's big bro. So they're going to have to adjust with each other for that because it ain't like they've been working with each other on this level for decades. This has only been a few years. So let's see how they work it out.
They seem like a close family, and I believe that they'll be able to figure out the bumps in the road. I think they'll be able to pull it together. Just got to give him time. As long as he keeps winning, it'll iron itself out, I think.
Well, the fights are getting close, so
Yeah, they're getting close, but as long as he can dig in a little more and still pull it off, they'll it'll come, because now you get a chance to have the board where you can say, okay, we need to work on this, we need to tighten this up, things of that nature. So
he already done lost one. He done lost one with Big Bro so far. But to give him his credit, I think after that fight, he came back and won a championship with his brother. So hopefully they keep it rolling.
I think they will. I believe so. MZ, the interviewer, tried to set Gary Antoine up by lying and said, "You want Shakur next?" And Gary quickly corrected him and said, "No, I don't want Shakur next." Well, how can I put it? Well, you gotta be aware enough to know if you sitting at a certain spot that you're ready to take that shot. You know, you might be thinking well enough that it's not time for me to take that shot yet. Let me work on some more things. Cause Shakur a lefty too, right? And he's a damn good boxer. Make you miss while you standing in the pocket. He can work with you. So I heard some people say, "Oh, if he fight this type of person, that type of person, instead of trying to bring pressure, secure a fold." But you know, I'm high on a baby world beater, and I don't think you just gonna jump in there and dominate him. You're not finna do that. I don't care who you think you are. You better be prepared, because like you said, he did with Terrence Crawford and them, iron sharp as iron. And I just think that young man is talented. I'm still blown away that I heard his grandfather say it's like 14 of them that he got in the mix.
Yeah, but
all family.
Russell, he got his mind set on undisputed. He trying to unify the titles. So that's what his mind on. And him and Shakur actually have a pretty close relationship. I mean, Shakur said that he has done more sparring with Gary Russell Jr. probably than any other fighter. I didn't even know that shit until he said that. Because I was thinking that Gary Antoine Russell might be one of his toughest fights just based on styles. But Shakur said he done sparred him probably more than anybody. And he was actually taken up for Gary Antoine Russell because they showed the top 10 list of the 140-pound division, and they had Gary Antoine Russell at number 8 or number 9 or something. And Shakur was like, man, that's crazy. He way too low. He definitely at least top 5, probably top 3. He one of the best in the division. And they had Shakur number 1 in the division. Hell, he barely even fought there. But they definitely have a close relationship. They got a lot of familiarity with each other. You know what I'm saying? So they got a lot of respect for each other and shit. So they ain't gonna be taking no sideways shots and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like they got a clear plan with Gary Antoine Russell. He wants to get all the belts and he wants to be undisputed, and he's not trying to get derailed with no side quest or nothing by no reporters or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I took from
that. That's a nice fact to know. I didn't know that they did a lot of sparring. And it could be a high respect thing, like Ali and what's his name? Lefty, the smooth jab. I can't think of it.
Larry Holmes.
Yeah, it could be that type thing. You know, we done did so much work together. We so familiar with each other that if we gonna end up fighting, that would be probably way down the line, if ever.
Yeah, I had no idea. He said, man, I done more sparring with him probably more than anybody. But yeah, they definitely got a lot of familiarity with each other. Yeah, I know he wasn't no lefty, D-Lo. We let him make it, man. It's OG, man. You know, he just say whatever.
I didn't say Holmes was a lefty. I was just saying that them sparring. That's what I was saying. Did I say he was a lefty?
Yeah, but you might have been trying to say he had a good left jab.
Yeah, that's probably what I was trying. I was trying to say the jab. I wasn't trying to say he was a lefty. I know. Come on now, D-Lo, give me something.
He really confused me, D-Lo, when he said that shit. But I was like, nah, he probably talking about Larry Holmes.
Yeah, I was talking about Larry Holmes. I was speaking on the fact. I think when I said lefty, I was talking about Shakur, and then I just jumped into Larry Holmes and Ali. Because of the relationship, them sparring each other for so much, I was comparing that to Shakur and Gary Antoine. That's what I was doing. I wasn't calling him a lefty.
Yeah. Like D say, Gary wants Dalton Smith next. I think he got a belt or some shit, maybe. Who the fuck did Dalton Smith be? I'm drawing a blank right now, but he's a pretty good fighter though. I think he fought at the European Games and shit, so he up there. He's a good fighter. That'll be a good fight. It'll probably be a little bit more comfortable for Gary Antoine Russell than a lot of his other opponents because Dalton Smith is orthodox, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, Dalton Smith, is that the motherfucker that knocked out Matias? I gotta go do my homework, man. I think Dalton Smith might be that guy, and if he is that guy, he's an orthodox fighter. So that would be more comfortable for Gary Antoine Russell. But Dalton Smith, if that's the guy that knocked out Matias, he a pretty bad motherfucker. Yeah, D-Lo said Smith stopped Matias. Yeah, we lost our money on that shit too because I took Smith by decision. But he went out there and whooped the shit out of Matias. But Matias was coming back with something, don't get me wrong. But, man, he just started knocking that power bar. Like, every time he hit that motherfucker, that power bar go down on that chin. And then all of a sudden, that motherfucker ran out of bar, and it was all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good fight, though. That's a square business fight. Dalton Smith, because he ain't no punk. Dalton Smith came to prove a point. He didn't want to come and outbox him like Liam Paro. He said, I want to come put the bees on your motherfucking ass. Square business. And he went off in there and stood toe-to-toe when he fought Matias. I'm thinking it's a mistake. I'm like, man, why you going to go toe-to-toe with Matias, man? You know he a killer. But Dalton Smith said, I don't give a damn. I'm coming to put the bees on his motherfucking ass.
Damn. Gary versus Ernesto. Fight my fighter, please.
Who is Ernesto, OG?
Don't know. That's where Hyphy threw up there. I have to look him up real quick.
Ernesto Mercado is who I'm thinking he's talking about. And Mercado, he whooping everybody.
As of late?
He a bad motherfucker. He is one of them guys that they gonna try to avoid for as long as they can. He kind of like that Iglesias motherfucker. They knocking everybody out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So people, they not in a hurry to fight these folks. Managers and promoters are steering fighters away from them.
Is he a lefty?
I think you're right. I think he orthodox.
Okay, so yeah, with that, you know, I'm just going off of something I remember you saying. That's something that Gary Antoine is used to. You know, you face righties all the time. When you facing those lefties, that's kind of out of the ordinary. Same thing with like you made that point with Earl and Crawford. Earl was having problems with lefties, and then he went out there and faced Crawford and just had no answers. So the lefty thing, I can like see the problems, but when you fight a righty and you're used to that, you know, I give him that many more points that he could probably be victorious.
I don't know, man. If he fight Mercado, I think Mercado might whoop his ass. He look a little different. Mercado a bad motherfucker.
Hyphy and Eric are talking about some basketball. He said, "You said it's not me. I think we're trying to say he has a good left jab." I'm leaving it alone, Deep. I'm way off of it already. I'm not going to let you pull me down the rabbit hole. Have me trying to defend myself on something that I don't really think I said.
Yeah, D-Lo said them chin points always go eventually. That's what I was trying to say. I ain't know how to articulate it, but yeah, them chin points. Because Matias was walking through him at first, and then that motherfucker Dalton Smith started breaking through on his ass, putting the right hands on the chin, and then he started hurting him. I'm like, oh man. I went from thinking like, man, you fighting the wrong fight, you about to fuck off my money, to thinking like, damn, you whooping his ass too bad, you about to fuck off my money. Because I need you just to win by decision. I don't need you to win by knockout.
Oh yeah, I know what fight you're talking about. I'm seeing it now. When you going out there, put with the high guard. They talking about he started slow, but he'll be all right. But I'm like, it looked like he kind of hurt this dude. Every time he hit him with that looping punch, even with his hands up, he was kind of like knocking him off balance.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed in that fight. I was like, man, I thought he was going to come. I'm sitting there thinking Matisse was going to come on and do his thing. It didn't happen.
That ain't Matisse, brother. That's Matias.
Yeah. MZ, you good, bro. You allowed a couple. Whatever.
You got a lot of background noise over there, my brother.
Yeah, my wife and baby girl, one of my baby girls, and got excited. They talking about the move and all this kind of stuff. Grandson finna come stay with me for spring break. So yeah, I can't even. I got the door closed and everything. Let me go ahead and tell it and hold it down.
Yeah, D-Lo said that little dude who calls out everyone. I don't even know what that is. You talking about Mercado calling out everybody? I know he just called out Frank Martin, and Frank Martin damn sure don't want that smoke. He said Laura took the last of Hurd's chin points. Next fight, his punch resistance was null and void. Absolutely. D-Lo said Miss Wallace said, pack it up, OG. Yeah. My shit over here in the red and shit, man. I done came over here and talk like a motherfucker. So I'm probably about to jump off and shit, go find me something to eat, smoke me some trees, and probably work on some fights or something. So we can find some bets for this weekend. So far, I just got one bet, man. I'm taking a Jao Pataya fight to go the distance. I won't be surprised if you go out there and knock out Brandon Glanton, because, you know, Opataya is a knockout artist, but Brandon Glanton is an Iron Man, so I'm going to give him a chance to go the distance. Excuse me, I actually had put a bet on Opataya by decision specifically. Excuse me. Yeah, but when this motherfucker get back, I'm probably about to go ahead and jump out. How long got him been on? I know my shit red like a motherfucker right now. He said, yeah, I like that fight, Glenn versus Jao Battaglia. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight, man. Glenn ain't nobody punk. And he done been in there with some people that can really punch, man. And plus it's Southpaw versus Orthodox, too. I always got to slide that in there. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of knocks out, throws off the knockouts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be a good one. That's the fight of this weekend. But I see some good fights coming up in the near future, though. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good fights coming up in the next few months. If I wasn't on this phone right here, I'd slide over and pull them up. So I could tell y'all to be on the lookout for them. Eric Carr said his phone in the red too. Yeah, man. This motherfucker don't normally take this long. Nigga gonna leave me to attend to his live stream. This ain't my shit, brother. I've been thinking about doing some live streams on my own channel. I did one time, and Yasa came through and said, nigga, your audio was trash. Ever since then, I ain't done that. I might do it anyway, though. Fuck it. Come through and fuck with me with my trash audio, goddamn me. Eric Carr said, I'm excited about the fight. D-Lo said, OG went in there and got discipline up. Yeah, don't you bring your raggedy ass in here telling us to keep it down. La D said, yeah, do a live stream. Okay. Yeah, I did one that one time. And it really didn't sound that bad to me, but Yasa said, man, your audio was trash. So I just said, fuck it. Sometimes I'll be having something to say about the boxing, you know what I'm saying? I might get inspired or something, and something come to my mind. I'll be like, man, I want to chop it up a little bit. And it don't be Tuesday. Like, for the most part, I just wait till Tuesday and then jump on the live stream with OG. But sometimes it'd be like a Thursday or something, and I have something on my mind about boxing. But since he said what he said about my audio, I just said, fuck it. But I am about to get a laptop, though, because I'm about to start school. You know what I'm saying? Start school March the 26th.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. So I got to have a laptop because I'm about to do these online classes. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't go in there and get DP. So now, how you feel about that? Yeah, that's the first thing I see when I come in here and look at the stuff. The first thing I see is that. Yeah, I'm happy for you, man. That's congratulations. March 25th?
26.
26. Oh, shoot. You only got a couple of weeks.
Yep, that's the start of the second 8 weeks. That's what I'm about to do. But I'm speaking it in. I'm actually speaking it into existence on the cool because I have not officially been registered in the class, the main class I need. I'm on the waiting list, and I had 5 people ahead of me. So I've been checking my email and shit every day because they said that they when the class becomes available, they would email and let me know, and I got 48 hours to go up there and register for the class, or it goes to the next person in line. But I just believe I'm gonna get up in there, man. So I'm saying shit, fuck it, we
Speaking into
starting.
existence, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Speaking into existence. I'm excited for you. I am not gonna
yeah.
lie. I am so excited for you. Heck yeah. D-Lo talking about doing it live? I'll
Yeah,
be
he
there.
was telling me to do one. I was gonna ask D-Lo, did he want to do the motherfucker? I know everybody be busy and shit though.
Shit, I'll be there. I'll be there to support. Heck yeah. That's exciting to me too. Y'all do that. He said I be wanting to go live, but selfishly only want to chop it up with y'all. I don't like the drama in the chat and shit. Well, that come with the the family gonna come in and support you anyway, so it won't be too much bull. And you the voice of reason. People gonna come and listen to you. It's just natural. They gonna have some shots. That's what it's gonna be. But you do your thing, bro.
Yeah, I was even thinking about calling this Keith Thurman fight for my boy Gil Coles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know my nigga love Keith Thurman fights, and he ain't gonna have a lot of opportunities to watch him and shit. So I was thinking I might call that shit for my boy. And plus, their names are different enough that I should be able to do it. Thurman and Fundora, that ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Shoot, I'll throw some money on the what you call it? The stream yard. So y'all could just go ahead and do it because I'm gonna be at work I might come home in enough time to see it. But I'll be working that day. But shoot, I give you control on it so you can do your thing.
No, I was just over here laughing because I was thinking, yeah, if I get a laptop or something, I was gonna holler at Hyphy or something so he could help me set the shit up. But I forgot that I had spoke to Hyphy about this a while back, and he said, "You really ain't no channel type nigga. You really the type of person to get on somebody else shit. You don't know shit about computers, nigga. You can't make no thumbnails or nothing." And
But he can. Shoot, he can do it.
You can't even make thumbnails, nigga. I said, yeah, you square business about that, but that was just funny, man. That nigga did not encourage at all. That nigga said, nigga, you really ain't no channel type motherfucker. You need to just get on with somebody else, nigga. You can't even make no thumbnails or nothing.
Damn. That's all right. We'll come together. We'll make it happen. We'll set the platform up for y'all. You gotta do is have the mic ready.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Just be there with that voice and that call in action, and everything else will play itself. But let me know in enough time. Let me know in enough time so I can get the stream y'all set up. So Hyphy, I had Hyphy to set it up if he don't mind, and get you all set and ready to go.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see about it. When that fight take place? What's the date of it?
Let me look at my calendar real quick. I want to say the 19th.
19th.
No, it's not the 19th. So it's got to be. It's about like the 22nd. No, like the 21st or the 28th.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the 28th.
Closer to the end of the month, yeah. So it's like the 28th. So that'll give me time. That's the week after I move.
Yeah, so you should be on point.
Should be. Well, I'll still be probably work because I'll be having a further drive to get home. But shit, like I said, I ain't got no problem with hooking it up. I could always catch the replay.
Yeah.
He said you can learn right here on YouTube how to do everything related to live stream and content. That's what D-Lo said.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My brain just be going, it turns off, nigga, when it comes to that shit. Technology. I don't even like hearing nobody talk about it. A nigga could say like a microchip or something. I don't even know, just some kind of part. And my brain be like, nah, nigga, I don't want to hear that.
What you say? You just automatically turn off.
Yeah, I was just watching a documentary not that long ago. They said that my generation was a bridge generation. And it says that we don't fully belong to the old school and we don't fully belong to the new school. And that kind of makes sense because, like, I remember when I was growing up, we used to go to the computer lab and shit. We'd be off in there with them ancient ass computers and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
big boxes.
yeah, them big ass boxes and shit, playing them games and all that kind of stuff. And then I compare that to the kids today, like how advanced they are with the computers and all the stuff that they can do. Like they pretty much live on technology. You know what I'm saying? So like they are fully immersed in this generation. And I can see that like we don't belong to no generation. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the people that took the time to become literate with the computers and all that kind of shit, but I just never did. Like I still be doing math in my head and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Hyphy, I don't understand. He said he's gonna close you out in 10 minutes. MZ, hold on. That just jumped. Eric God say Hyphy and Trey X motivational speakers program. Laughing out loud. You will be mentally tough as fuck after you graduate. You don't want to let you want to go ahead and get your ass whooped. Go ahead, then. I ain't gonna never forget that. That was one of the funniest days ever.
Yo, that was just tough love though.
You don't want to listen, then go ahead, then. That's your God. Wait a minute. What the fuck did I do? I'm trying to get to you. You ain't taking it.
Yeah, I still remember that fight, nigga. You went out there and picked that some Brano motherfucker over Elijah Garcia. You picked a man with no amateur background over a national champion. I just could not understand that shit. You know,
that was the one day I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Did I just get chewed out right here in front of everybody?
Yeah, but that was for your own good, though, man. It ain't like I just came in here being an asshole for nothing, nigga. I'm trying to tell you so you be on point. You got a channel. When people come in and leave responses and shit, I want you to be able to respond to this shit. If you see Hyphy with the E Mercado, I want you to know that's Ernesto Mercado that he talking about. If motherfuckers bring up fighters and shit, I want you to know who these motherfuckers are. You got a channel. I don't want you to read it and then stumble over their name and fuck it up and then just go to the next one. I want you to be able to come in, read that shit, know who the fuck they are, and give some commentary about the shit. That's what it's supposed to be. And like if you got people like Hip Hop Number One and people that come in here and they be knowing all these fighters from all these different countries and shit, he gonna come in and ask you about some fighters that come from Scotland. He gonna be asking you about fighters that come from the UK. And if you can't answer none of that shit, they gonna be looking at you like, man, this motherfucker don't know no goddamn boxing. All he know are Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson and all of that shit. He just know the popular fighters. He don't even know everybody. So why should I come in and listen to this motherfucker? So I just want you to be on point, man. That's all it is. It ain't no hatred or nothing like that, nigga. It's just tough love, nigga.
I feel you. You know I ain't never took it no other way.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Like you make me sick right now. MZ, remember the last time you came in butt naked last on channel?
Nah, but he done came up though since then. He is a official 3 on the scale. He was almost a 3.5 and made the top 10 and shit, but he missed out on the last week.
D-Lo stole it from me.
Yeah, he fell to like 13 or 14 or somewhere off in there.
I thought it was 12.
Well, maybe 12. Yeah, maybe 12. But they still make him a 3. So he a national championship silver medalist. But he used to be a 0.5. A 0.5 is a motherfucker that only got 3-4 amateur fights or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't even fighting for a regional championship or nothing. He ain't even fighting in the Dallas Golden Gloves. This motherfucker fighting in Shit, I don't even know.
At the
Some weak shit.
YMCA.
Yeah. Well, he came up a little bit, man. So we gonna give him his props and shit. He done came up. He a 3 on the scale. Matter of fact, he beat me that season. If he was number 12, I was probably number 13 or 14 or something. She told me a long time ago, like, nigga, you need to take them gold medals and shit off your motherfucking name, nigga, because you ain't been on no championship material in a long ass time. She really square business. I've been trash as a motherfucker here lately. I can't even make the top 10 no more around this motherfucker. I'm relegated to cheering on my homeboys and shit. I got to cheer on Yasser and cheer on Napoleon and cheer on Eric R. and cheer on hip hop #1. I can't make no noise my own motherfucking self. I was thinking about taking the medals off my name the other day.
No, forget that. You a champion. They can't take that from the first champion from the block fan. So that's forever. That's history. That's there. That's the book. Ain't nobody going in the book saying, "Oh, he was this." No, that's what you are. Let that shit ride where it ride at. Don't let nobody change that.
Yeah,
Nobody.
I've been trash though, nigga. I've been losing bets and shit. And then my luck been so bad lately, bro. Like I done had fights, bet fights to go the distance. And I done had 3 fights in like the last 3 weeks or some shit that was 12 round stoppages. I had 2 fights that got stopped with 30 seconds on the clock. I got 1 fight that got stopped kind of early in the round. But nigga, my luck been bad. I've been trash. Yeah, sometimes I be thinking like, nigga, you got some nerve. You want to jump on the panel to go talk boxing with MZ, and you been trash as a motherfucker. You been trash in Chow Ross. You been losing boxing bets. You just been trash as a motherfucker. Why should anybody listen to you? But things turn around though. You know, sometimes you're gonna be up, sometimes you're gonna be down. So hopefully we can get up again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm just looking at how they shoot slugs at me left and right now. It's all good. It's all good. At least I said, yeah, MZ definitely came up.
Yeah.
Eric, that time was so funny. Y'all remember that y'all hit on like a huge odds and MZ bet like $10 on it. He said Trey X was hotter than fish grease. Goddamn, I'm telling you about the major fight. You going there with that? I'm like, here we go again. Here we go again. I remember that. Why you bringing up old shit?
Yeah, I remember that shit. I think that's the Suleiman Sagawa fight when he had fought against Austin Dulé. And we got 20-1 odds on this shit. So I'm all excited because we done hit this big bet and shit. You know, you bet 100, you gonna win $2,000 basically. And then you talking about you bet $10, and I know you bet 10 and won $200, so that's still good. But I wanted you to bet a little bit more than that, man.
Yeah, remember I was new to the game. I was fresh, getting my feet wet. I was just trying to figure out things. I didn't want to lay too much on the line too fast. But when you went over, like, God damn, you just left a lot of money on the table.
Yeah.
D-Lo said you had no business fucking with D-Lo. Really, nah. Derek Bailey in the building. What's going on, Derek? Hyphy. Enjoying. He just slid in. He had his extra key. He done came in. I almost forgot to say what's up.
We're going down.
Yeah,
nigga, I knew. I'm surprised you talking. I thought you was gonna get on and sit there. Nigga. What's up, bro?
No, I'm you know what I'm saying? Let y'all get it in. I know we about to shut it down in a minute. Just coming in to say what's up real quick. You feel me?
Yeah. Say if it come down to it, how you Trey decide you want to call that fight, whatever, you know how to set it up over here or set it up. We gonna get him set up so he'll be able to do what he need to do.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it gotta be I mean shit, yeah, that's that one on the 28th, right?
No, yeah. That's the 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what's up, man. I'm gonna call that bitch from my boy Gil Coles one time.
Oh, he gonna be excited. So I remember he said, I reminded MZ the objects are in the mirror are closer than they appear. Whatever, D-Lo. Whatever.
Are you talking about he walked you down?
Yeah. It was because I stumbled. It wasn't because he walked me down.
Yeah.
He said he laughed my ass off. MG $10 bet reminded me of old boy shooting that little pistol on Hawk. Don't shoot that motherfucker again. Okay, yeah, I'm the joke tonight. Some kind of way it just turned on me. I don't know what happened. Let me get that off the screen. I'm tired of looking at it. Bro, you want to close this down? I'm finna go ahead and I'm excited. My grandson finna come to spend the whole spring break. Wait, is it spring break? Which break is it?
Yeah, spring break coming up, huh?
Yeah, he getting ready to spend spring break with me. My daughters, they done planning them a girls trip. They going to the Colorado, Denver. They going to Denver. They going to the Rocky Mountains, and somewhere else they going to some caves. They going to explore. They doing their thing, but I get to have a grandboy here, just doing his thing, being grandboy.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Well, yeah, appreciate you letting me get on the panel like always. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all remember that our picks start Thursday this week. You know what I'm saying? Not Friday or Saturday. Starting on Thursday. So y'all get them Chan Ross picks done and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every card, keep your foot on their motherfucking neck. Go out there and take that shit down, man. I know I'm over here trash as a motherfucker. I ain't much of a teammate, but I can go out there and lend some support to my teammates. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and take that shit down. If you don't get it, hopefully hip hop #1 go out there and get that motherfucker. Unless I'm missing somebody else that's also close in the vicinity, you know what I'm saying? But y'all check out the Jao Patel versus Brandon Glanton fight this week. That's the fight of the week. And shit, I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. We're gonna come back with something on the next one, man. Salute to everybody.
Salute.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it up real quick so you get up out of here, though, MZ. Hey, for everybody out there, you know, if y'all just chilling tomorrow, man, y'all might want to watch the Unrivaled Championship. That's tomorrow on True TV. So yeah, that's something for everybody to check out. They've been hooping their ass off, man. So you know, definitely check that out.
Facts. And you know, we gotta throw one out there for Champ Ross just one more time, cause I know people be listening. Cause I seen somebody hit me up and tell me they had joined and they love the league. So if y'all messing with the fantasy leagues, go ahead and jump on Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League. I can't say it enough. Bragging rights really feel good when you win money with it. First, second, third place. It's a bunch of killers over there. When I say killers, I do mean killers, male and female. People know how to pick fights by knockout, by round, by decision. You think you got skills? Go mess with them. Ciao, La D. I appreciate you stopping through. And we about to roll up out of here the same way we always do. I'm going to hit y'all with more. Wait, let me make sure I do this right. Yeah, do this one instead. The Kane didn't make it through, but I'm going to go ahead and play one of his things. And we out. Peace.
I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream. I get a craving like I fiend for nicotine, but I don't need a cigarette, know what I mean. Soon as the bass kicks, I need a fix. Give me a stage and a mic and a mix. You see a part of me that you never see when I'm feeling for a microphone. I'm the microphone. I'm the mic. I'm the mic. I'm the microphone. It's a must that I must any mic you hand to me. It's inherited, it runs in the family. I wrote the line that broke the bull's back. If that don't slow them up, I carry a full pack. Soon as the bass kicks, I need a fix. Give me a stage and a mic and a mix. You'll see a part of me that you never see when I'm feeding for a microphone. I'm the microphone feed. I'm the mic. I'm the mic. window.